literally just riding the missile down, hopping off with a fucking like parachute.
Oh yeah, dude. How many anime did that happen in?
There's a kilo of Colombian Bam Bam under the car.
Well, the FBI opened up as appropriate.
Yeah, it is thematic.
That's Dante, not Timidic. Or maybe it's not. Maybe just...
Yeah, maybe not. All right, we'll get started off here. So, War, you are up in the initiative still. You are behind the controls of this helicopter. You fired 2 missiles, I think, on the last turn. Yeah, we're gonna give you 2 more rounds. I think I said you could only afford 1 set of missiles, but we'll give you 3 because there's a lot of enemies on the board, and I'd like you to blow them all up.
Okay.
So you can use your move action to make a maneuver with this helicopter. If you want to do anything fancy, you'll have to make a pilot roll, and then you can fire the missiles. You have automatic targeting systems and all that in front of you, so you can move the joysticks and then push the fire button. You could also just put this thing on autopilot and get up out the seat whenever you'd like, however you want to play it.
Okay. Where's the ping command again? Can I, like, move over, like, around here-ish? To get a little closer and also allow, what's-his-face, Zero, to do the things he wants to do. I will,
As a reminder, you also have that burrowing drone thing that you guys bought.
Oh, I have that? I thought it was given to Mitraller for her to command.
I think that was attached to the helicopter. I think Zero is behind the controls of the turret, or did he have that rocket launcher?
I'm now behind the controls of the turret, but I did briefly step away to shoot my rocket launcher.
Yeah, and you were hanging outside the edge of the helicopter. Very anime.
Yep.
All right, War, so you dip the rotors of this helicopter and begin to maneuver closer. You are within range of basically all of these targets. The air spirit, the enemy air spirit that was summoned, it's outside of your targeting range. You can see it's making a big swoop and is going to come back and head in your direction.
Okay. Let's see. Guess I will, make another missile shot at the other chopper.
Oh yeah. So go ahead and make a gunnery roll for me.
Okay. Gunnery is 6. Hey, there we go.
That's really good, actually. So these missiles, you launch them, you feel like recoil from the helicopter as these missiles engage. They fly straight at this helicopter. I'm going to give him a dodge roll. He does not dodge, and these missiles slam into this magical shield.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to drop that shield. I don't really care about how much damage a rocket launcher does.
Probably a lot.
So War, you probably don't have any way to sense magic or anything like that, but
No.
You see these missiles slam into an invisible force field, and the air and the smoke seems to ripple around this dome, this sphere that's surrounding this helicopter. The helicopter doesn't seem damaged, but we'll say Krim's your magic guy. You can tell that this shield has shattered. You can see this ripple of magical energy. It's almost like a glowing, glittery field that dissipates.
I also have astral perception.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Zero can see it too then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this magical barrier has been destroyed.
Oh good. I did something
On
cool.
the salt chopper. Oh yeah.
All right, Zero, you're up.
Well, I still have 2 shots on my missile launcher, and considering its shields are down, it's time to Spider-Man it up again.
Yeah, give me a little 1-2 punch.
So I have so these are my last 2 shots on my missile launcher that have +2 accuracy.
Do it.
Where is this? So I have a pool of 12, plus 2 will be 14.
Oh yeah. So this guy won't be able to dodge because he already dodged this turn.
Mm-hmm. Hell
So
yeah.
7
Good
is very juicy. So we'll say with a 7, you hit this guy in one of his critical spots. I'm going to have one of his rotors taken out. I'm going to put a little symbol on here.
Nice.
All right, so you see like the port
No smoke
side
particles.
rotor. Yeah, I've got effects on here. I pay for all these special features, so it's good that you remind me.
Nice.
There you go. That's premium. Yeah, so the port side rotors on this thing, stabilizers, whatever, they burst into flames and explode. And you can see the helicopter begins to list to one side and lose
Sick.
altitude rapidly. It looks like it still has enough, mechanical components on it to stabilize, but this thing has taken quite the hit.
Sick. Very cool.
I got my
Alright.
shit working.
Good.
Krim, you are on the back of this magnificent spiritual bird thing. I think you did a drive-by attack on one of these drones, and it was pretty effective. I think that's where we left off.
Yeah, it was. How do I do this? The one that's right next to me.
So you saw the magical field that was protecting the helicopter, and then also this other spirit has been summoned onto the battlefield. And so, it'd be pretty obvious that there's some kind of magic user, either on the helicopter or on the VTOL.
Okay. I remember I summoned this thing at some ridiculous.
Yeah,
power.
it's a power 7 or force 17, which is near godly.
Mm-hmm.
This thing's ridiculous. Now, because
Yeah,
it's so
that thing when it goes
powerful,
away.
it makes it harder to control, and there's a lot of rules behind Shadowrun and summoning spirits. It's harder to control this thing, and it will only be with you for a limited time. Now, I don't really care about all those technicalities, so after this mission, he'll go back to the spirit world. And then there is a small chance that you would give it a command that it would refuse. But yeah, this thing is probably more powerful than you. You're lucky that you were able to bind this thing.
Okay. How far away is that the other spirit?
You could move into range to attack it.
We'll just say he got lucky enough that it's friendly.
Yeah, that's exactly it. If you hadn't paid help, you probably would have died summoning this thing.
Like you fucking walk into the tower on Pokemon and Ho-Ho's there, and you just throw a Pokeball and you get it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to get Winds to attack the Spirit of Air with a. I don't know what would be effective.
It's so like I'm not too worried about like elemental damage. Like, oh, this thing's immune to lightning. I wouldn't worry about any of that.
Okay.
So
Depth
you
Kuno,
have
go.
you have like air, lightning, and frost magic that this thing can use, and then it could also like claw and bite.
Let's zap his bitch ass.
Yeah, there we go. So you will roll. I think your spell casting. I guess I could roll for it because it's force 17. I'll have you roll a pool of 17. How about that? And this bird will try to dodge.
Damn.
Damn.
Oh, it's a 1-to-1. Let's see. I'm going to have it. It will get hit, but it's going to take reduced damage because it matched your hits. All right, so this spirit, you see holes torn through its spectral form. It is still trying to maneuver to attack the helicopter where all your friends are on. So keep that in mind. It doesn't seem to have changed course. Now, Krim, you also are a magical dude, so you can take a turn.
It would still be within range of one of my grenades.
The spirit or
Elemental?
the drones?
The spirit.
Yeah, you can try to toss one at it.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a water grenade.
So you'll just have to choose which force, and then you'll have to resist drain.
And drain is force -1, so let's see. Let's go with the force 5.
I love lobbing water grenades at people while flying over the mountains.
It's
Water
bad
balloons.
water. It's like gross water.
So roll 5 first.
Sewer water.
Ooh.
That's really good.
Water.
Irradiate the.
Now this creature can't dodge, so this is going to hit. Does it say how much damage it does?
No, this is one of those weird ones.
That's okay. So at a force 5, go ahead and resist drain on that. So you'll have to get 4 hits to cancel out the drain.
Okay, and where is?
I think it was your, like, I think you had a pool of 9. Is that? It's like
Yeah.
your will
Yeah.
plus body or something.
Yeah, right there. Damn.
All right, so you'll take
Alright.
2 drain.
The water bombs are literally just some of the goop that Krim picked up while we were rescuing the presents.
All right, so these
Just
2
one of the ones
attacks.
that he filled up along the ride.
It's filled with doo-doo, man.
Yeah. Just fill them up
So
with
these-
piss.
These 2 magical attacks hit this spirit, and they are effective because they're magic. This bird creature is missing parts of it. Parts of it have returned to the spirit plane, and you can see like rippling magic waves fall away from this thing as it takes this damage.
Yeah, take that. My bad, that's good.
All right, we're going to shoot some guns. We are going to shoot at your bird. So go ahead and roll your 17 again to dodge. You only need 1 hit. Hey, look at that. So again, these drones are swiveling around in midair as they're following the VTOL, and letting loose a volley of medium caliber fire. And your bird is just swooping this large arc, and you see these tracers trailing behind you. Okay, we're going to converge on your helicopter and take some shots at it.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to try to dodge these, War?
Sure.
All right, go ahead and roll your pilot skill.
My pilot skill. Pilot aircraft.
So, how do you enter a VTOL?
It's like how do you enter a cargo container? You know, you can open the door, you can cut the lock.
Where's the door? Is it like on top, on the sides, on the bottom?
There's so this is like a cargo carrier, and so there's a big loading bay door that would drop down out the back of this VTOL. It's currently up and closed.
Okay.
You've played
so
Halo
you're able
before,
to
right?
dodge this volley.
Silent.
Yeah.
Think of a pelican.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, this is just like Halo. In a lot of ways, it really is. So yeah, you dodge this volley of bullets with the helicopter. It's pretty easy. You just lower your altitude a little bit, and the drone just doesn't have the mobility to keep up with you. This other drone, it's going to take a shot at your bird again, Krim. I'm gonna say, what was your roll last time? It was
4
for your dodge.
4 hits.
Roll
4. Yeah, I'm gonna say if he can beat a 4, he can hit you.
Okay.
He cannot.
Nice.
These are just dummy basic military drones. They're like the size of a small car.
So Nova.
All right, so before we get too far, I'm going to insert Dante into the mission.
I can't wait for Dante to arrive to the tune of Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song.
You
All
just
right, so
fired
Dante-
from orbit from our fucking Helldivers Star Destroyer or whatever.
Now
We
that
ain't got one of those yet.
Now that you're aware of where the party is, I'm assuming Dante would have comms and be being fed a lot of this information. Dante, you find yourself in the seat of an assault jet that is loaded with a missile payload. How did you get here?
Is that flying squirrel?
I'm hoping that
Assuming
this
the
thing's
jet.
on autopilot because I have no clue how to fly it.
Exactly. Yeah. So Dante, you are in a jumpsuit, a jet jumpsuit, and you have the helmet on. This is a G suit, right? It compresses to keep your organs from exploding at these G forces, and this thing is cruising. Now, has Dante have any experience like in a jet or with like military equipment like this?
Not that it looks like.
Not on my
He's
sheet,
driven
right?
a car.
I have driving skill, but that's about it.
we contacted the dude with the payload, and we were like, "Hey, can you pick up this dude too, and make sure he also gets dropped to us?"
Yeah, so let's say Dante was on another mission somewhere, just a small private eye type mission, maybe some spy stuff, and got the call and said, "Hey, couldn't get a hold of you, your phone was on silent. We need you to take a taxi and get to this airfield ASAP." So Dante gets
Finally, you
loaded
couldn't give
into
him
this
his phone?
jet. He's got the G suit on, got the helmet, doesn't really know what's going on, just knows his team needs him to get in this jet. The jet takes off on autopilot, and you see the Cascade Mountain Range just east of Seattle just whizzing past you in a blur. You feel the hum of the engines. You can see all of the controls just seem to be doing their own thing. The joystick moves on its own, that kind of stuff. And you, as you reach the crest of this mountain range, you can see on the HUD multiple targets being lit up by the radar. And one target pulses red, and it says target locked. And then you see a warning in the bottom corner of the HUD, and it says eject engaged. And you feel, you remember that part of this suit includes, you're strapped in, and this suit, it has strapped you into the cockpit of this jet. And so you feel this huge tug as these missiles launch from this jet, and then you feel very cold all of a sudden, and your back kind of hurts as this seat is ejected from the jet. And a parachute deploys. Now you are about 5,000 feet above the Cascade Mountain Range,
How
strapped
far
to
am
a
I
chair.
from this guy?
You are maybe 500 feet. Now, from your viewpoint, 500 feet above this battle scene, you hear the jet scream with a loud roar away from this battlefield as this massive missile careens directly toward this attack helicopter. And Nova, it's your turn.
Okay, so
I have a request for Nova.
okay.
Can Nova open the door into the VTOL?
It's on my list. So okay. What I last did was I cut off the commander from the rest of the comms. After scrambling the comms. So now it's just the commander by himself, isolated. We can hear him, I can hear him, but he can't communicate with any of the other crew. So
You hear him just frantically yelling commands. The last command he gave was, give me a second. He says, Razorlimb, get this network back online.
okay. So I've been like running his voice through like analysis this entire time. So I do plan to mimic his voice at some point, but I don't know if I'm going to do that yet.
Now, so are you jacked in full dive? I think you said you were not, right?
No, I was
to
not.
isolate yourself. So your avatar is in this network, and you have basically this screen on your cyber deck pulled up in front of you. While you are navigating this network, it looks like you are navigating a large soccer field that has like 30 players on it, right? And these players are moving and navigating, and they're kicking a ball back and forth. And your avatar is disguised in here as a player. So far, you've played your part and you've blended in. But there was some suspicious activity. So these players begin to maneuver in ways where they are trying to test each other. And you have to navigate this network in its native environment in a way that makes sense to it. If you want more access, you're going to have to evade detection while maneuvering forward.
Okay. Well, I do want more access.
So let's say maybe you try to steal the ball.
Okay. What would be the real world parallel of stealing the ball?
So you're gonna have to
Stealing the ball.
You're gonna have to do a hacking roll.
Okay, 1 second. Hacking.
Now I'm gonna give their hacker some penalties because you have discombobulated them so far.
Discombobulate.
Wow. Okay.
So this is an even match. They rolled as many hits as you did. What we're going to do is in this network, your avatar, you maneuver toward the ball carrier on the enemy team, and you attempt a steal maneuver. The ball carrier on the enemy team evades you, right? I don't know. I'm not a big soccer fan, but right, they do a maneuver to prevent you from stealing the ball. When they do that, that avatar locks eyes with your avatar and begins to scan it. And so you see a bunch of warnings pop up on your screen. Now you have scripts pre-written in there to try to evade this detection. So them trying to detect you and you trying to stay undetected, they collide with each other. And you can see this code begin to interweave with each other. You haven't been compromised yet, but they are now suspicious, and you don't move forward. Now you are still in the meat space as well, so you could get out of your seat, you can move, you can push a button, something simple.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas?
No.
Right, so you are coding furiously to try and keep your identity a secret.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to give the assault chopper some negatives. He's been shot a couple times. He's going to maneuver back in range of your attack helicopter, and he's going to fire his own salvo of missiles. So, War, if you'd like to try to dodge these.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It did that thing where it's continuing to move forward, but it rotates facing backwards. I play a lot of Battlefield, man. I love the helicopters.
Yeah.
Oh no, look at that.
No.
Oh no. Okay. All right, War. So you see this maneuver being performed on a damaged helicopter, and you get the impression that the pilot here may have a higher pilot score than you.
Mm-hmm.
This thing launches off 2 missiles heading straight toward your helicopter.
Oh boy.
You see these warnings flash up on your HUD, and the controls for I don't think you've deployed your flares yet, right?
No.
You reach for the controls for the flares, which are like highlighted, and you see these missiles are just screaming right towards you, and they impact into the helicopter.
Well, there goes our deposit.
Zero and Nova, you are shaken inside this cockpit, or inside the interior of this helicopter. You see that small fires have sprouted out as electrical boxes begin to explode, and the entire helicopter is shaken and rocked.
Definitely cannot take another hit like that.
I'm not much of a mechanic, sorry about that. I can't fix it.
All right, Dante. You see this scene. You are far above it, strapped to a chair and hanging from a parachute. You see 5 military-style drones about the size of a small car each. They are escorting a large vertical takeoff and lift cargo carrier, which is the objective. And you see that your friends in their attack helicopter have just been blasted with rocket fire. You also see a massive spirit bird that Krim is mounted on, and another spirit that isn't looking so good, but is headed directly for the attack helicopter your friends are in. Now you have all your gear, right? And we'll say, if you want some explosives, that's fine. You can unharness yourself and maybe dive towards something like this. That'd be a very dangerous thing to do. What do you do?
What? So we're going after this thing, right?
Yeah.
You have a dossier pulled up in front of you on your HUD, and it is showing you the details of the mission here. There is a magical artifact that is being transported inside this VTOL. Your objective is to secure it.
If I were to dive, about how far could I move?
If you want to pull the straps on your chair, you could land on this VTOL. The question is, how much damage will you take? Now, if you have a wingsuit or something, if you have anything, jet boots, right? The rest of the crew had some
totally
time
has
to prepare
a
for this.
standard issue wingsuit that he got when he got in the jet. Yeah.
I mean, I have levitate.
You have levitate. That would be it, man. Now I'm not gonna tell you what you should do, but if you wanted to dive toward this VTOL and use your levitate ability to slow your fall, you could land on this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna dive towards the VTOL, try to levitate and grab onto it with my grapple hands.
There you go. Now, is levitate a magical ability? Is it like a spell?
Yeah, it's a manipulation spell. Force 2.
Force 2. So, do you know what your drain value is? Like what your roll is?
My
for
drain
that?
is 9.
Okay, go ahead and roll your drain.
Nice.
Oh yeah, easily. So, so the most James Bond shit you could imagine. This guy ejected out of a jet, unstraps himself from the seat, flies toward the VTOL. He magically levitates and grapple hooks onto the top. So you are now on the roof of this VTOL. You can see like clouds streaming past you, and the weather does seem to be getting worse. So visibility is pretty low. You can feel the wind whipping past your face. You can hear the roar of the rotors of this VTOL. And this is a pretty heavily armored vehicle that you are standing on. We'll say that those are your movement and your actions. Very well done. Glad you didn't beef it.
Oh,
All right,
Lord.
we're gonna have this drone take some shots at you, Dante.
Button.
I'll have you roll your dodge pool.
Let's see, that should be up here. Exactly where, but I'll find it.
I think it's reaction plus agility.
9?
There you go. Roll that. Yes, I finally get to shoot someone.
FDI, if you're listening.
Do you know how much? Do you know how much armor Dante has?
No, I really don't.
Okay.
Try to find out.
I am going to assume it's at least 8.
He is wearing murder armor, value 13.
That's pretty good. 13 is pretty good. So these bullets do not do enough damage to penetrate through your armor. So what that means is that you take stun damage. It's like getting shot in the chest with a bulletproof vest on. It hurts a lot, and it will knock the wind out of you, right? So you will take stun damage instead of health damage from these bullets. So Dante, you are peppered with medium caliber fire, and it is deflected and absorbed by your armor. If you didn't have your grapple hook attached to this thing, you probably would have been blown from the roof of this. But you are tossed back, and that cable catches you. Because you took 4 stun damage, you do have a -2 modifier to all your rolls. All right, now it's the VTOL's turn. The VTOL, we're going to electrify the shell of this thing. Dante, I don't know if you have a simple character sheet or a full one. Do you have electrical resistance?
I can look. Don't know where that would be.
If you have a full character sheet, there's like a whole list of resistances. It's so much. It's too much, really. So what we'll do, we'll roll your armor.
I see right here. It says resistance, damage type, and under it says electricity, stun 16, physical 16.
Okay, go ahead and roll the 16, a pool of 16 to resist this electrical damage. That's really good. All right, you are able to resist. I'm going to give you 1 point of damage. The shell of this VTOL is enveloped in electricity. You can see like those little lightning bolts zapping in between the parts. And your grapple hook, that electricity travels along that grapple hook, and you are zapped. Luckily, we're going to say this is like a arm mounted, something like that. You don't lose your grip by being electrocuted by this, but you do take a little bit of a zap. You see that there is a hatch on top of the VTOL. That hatch opens, and there's like a whoosh of air as the cabin depressurizes. You see the barrel of a gun poking out of it. The spirit, the bird spirit that was hurtling toward the friendly attack chopper, it changes directions, and it begins to circle and come dive bombing towards you, Dante. This thing is going to make an attack roll.
You should have had
But he wants me.
You should have had like capacitors installed in your grapple hand so you can like just store and redirect.
So this bird spirit creature that has holes missing in its astral form, it does a dive bomb towards you, Dante, and you see this beam, this line of ice, just run across the roof of this VTOL. And you, with a pool of 6 for your dodge that you rolled, you're able to roll out of the way of this thing. We are going to contest your matrix. We're going to see if this guy can find you. So Nova, I need you to roll cyber warfare.
Cyber warfare. Cyber. Oh, okay. Cyber. Which is cyber combat, which I have 10.
Exterminate the Cybermen.
All right, Nova. This, as you're being scanned, you're, like I said, their aggressive code is tangling with your defensive code. They find a vulnerability and begin to counter hack you. You see that half of the enemy team on this soccer team is now looking at you, and they begin to maneuver this soccer ball toward your goal on the other side.
Okay.
We fucked up.
All right, we're going to make a shot at the friendly attack helicopter. Now this doesn't do a whole lot of damage. It's medium caliber bullets against an armored vehicle. You've already attempted to dodge those missiles, and so we're going to just do a little bit of damage here.
Oh boy.
All right. As time is ticking down, this intense scene is developing. These storm clouds begin to intensify. And there is a bright flash as a bolt of lightning streaks through this convoy. I'm going to make some rolls. All right, so this lightning arcs off of a few of these drones, and I need, Krim, I need you to roll your dodge pool for your bird. That'll be a 17. That's pretty good. Yeah, so this lightning begins to arc between these drones, and it begins to arc towards your bird. This thing puts up some kind of defensive barrier around itself real quick. You see just like this force field right where the electricity was coming at it pop up and deflect that lightning bolt away. The visibility in this scene begins to shift, and so there will be negative modifiers to all ranged attacks.
Boy.
All right, War, you're up. You're
Uh,
still flying.
Okay. What to do?
Would you be able to fly me closer to either the VTOL or the assault chopper. I can either go help Dante, or just try to snipe the pilot of the assault chopper.
We're definitely gonna have to either fix this thing or abandon ship eventually.
Well, hey, there's a perfectly good-looking VTOL right in front of us.
The VTOL does look to be more expensive than your current ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would sure
Okay.
love to have it.
Damage yet.
I kind of want to jump in down the hatch and just start shooting people inside.
You do
Damage
have
that leather
drone.
upholstery.
So remember, you
Let's
bought
do all
a
of
drone swarm, so
Oh.
you could deploy that. And then you also have that front-mounted drone launcher that can burrow through heavy plating.
Yeah, it was designed as a salvage drone.
Yeah, it has lasers on it that can punch through a hole through that VTOL.
Yeah, we're gonna need
Or
that.
anything else.
Might have to. Oh. How far would I be able to maneuver this chopper at this point?
I would say you could get within 50 feet of the VTOL at most. You
Okay,
could
that's actually pretty
move
good.
up. You could, I mean, at this point, you could maybe ram the attack helicopter or one of these drones, but yeah, it could get you within 50 feet of the VTOL.
50 feet as in 50 feet above it, or diagonally, or like right. Like
Well, we
next to
put
it?
you above it. That'd be fine.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, we'll move like about there, maybe get past the drones, and like the drone case we got. Those are all automated, right?
Yeah, those are. So it's a swarm, and you
Okay.
basically just push the button, and 100 of these little explosive drones deploy and swarm on their own.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Hey guys, long time no see. I just yell.
Oh, hey, Dante!
So
Bye.
you need to assign a target, and then you reach behind your seat and slam that button.
Okay. Hoping they could at least take out some of these smaller ones. Maybe damage the other helicopter or something. Hopefully clear the air a little bit.
Yeah. So all the red targets, and then you push the button, and I believe the bay door on the side of your attack helicopter is still open. These drones just begin pouring out. They like pop up like a top, and you see these tiny rotors, and then they just whiz out like mosquitoes, just hundreds of them.
Hell yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I'm gonna roll for them before I forget. All right, I'm not going to give the attack chopper his dodge. I think he's going to save that. He's going to let these mosquitoes bite him. All right, so they all rolled poorly because they're dog drones.
Mm-hmm.
This swarm whizzes out of the side of your attack helicopter and begins just dive bombing. Boom, 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 boom. You see these multiple small explosions slamming into all of these targets.
Still
That's
not
it for
enough
the
to down any of them, huh? Damn.
All right, Zero, you're up.
So we're 50 feet above the VTOL, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would it-
Yes, sir.
So with like three strength, and 4 body and 6 agility, would I be able to like jump out of the helicopter and try to land on top of the VTOL?
I think you can do that. I think you have the agility and the skill to do that. Is there a way that you can mitigate damage? I'll let you do a parkour roll, but you'll have to roll for it.
I mean, I'll roll for parkour. I have no like way to. Well, actually, hold up. Wait, hang time. Hold up. Let's hang time again. Let me look at that real quick.
Yeah, a lot of these
No,
feats
that's the.
on Shadowrun are really hard. You have to Google them, and you have to look through like 100 books. They're terrible.
No, that's the climbing one.
Even on Chummer, they're a pain.
No, that's not the one.
So this is where we just fudge the rules. What I'll do is I'll have you roll a dodge roll, and if you get above 2 hits, you'll take no damage.
Okay. My dodge is. Fuck, I have to find it.
Should be reaction plus agility.
Reaction plus agility. So my agility is 6, my reaction is 4, so that would be a 10.
Oh yeah.
3 hits?
There you go. Oh yeah. So you're leaning from the side of this door, looking for the right opportunity, and you see it. You jump, you leap from this helicopter, you fall 50 feet. You can feel the wind. You can see, that cloudy mist that's covering everything just whipping past your face. You land on this VTOL with a jump roll, and you kind of slide along the metal surface, but you find a handhold. And we'll say that you and Dante are basically elbow to elbow hanging on the roof of this VTOL.
Do we have any camera? Like, are there any cameras inside that we are tapped in?
Because the network won the last exchange, Nova does not have access to those kinds of things right now. But you do see this hatch open, and there is the barrel of a gun sticking out of it.
Am I still able to try to force my way inside the hatch?
You can. I'll let you go up to the hatch and take 1 action.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the hatch, and I'm gonna use my gun kata skills, my martial arts, to basically use my pistol and my strength to try to pull the guy with his arm that's holding the gun, right? I want to pull him out and just throw him overboard.
There you go. All right, go ahead. This would be like a melee attack. You have your knives, right? Is there a different pool for a throwing knife versus stabbing with a knife?
Yes, but my pool is 9 for all my melee, so unarmed attack, my forearm snap blades, and my combat knife.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your pool of 9, and I'll give this guy a -2 to his roll because he's unawares.
4 hits.
Nice.
He also got 4 hits.
Oh.
So you grab this guy's wrist, which you see is holding on to the gun, and he grabs your wrist, and now you two are grappling. The hatch is wide open at this point. You reach down. You kind of elbow the gun away from you, and you can see that he's trying to get his finger on the trigger, and so you two are now tussling. Now you look down into the helmet visor, and you see what looks to be just a military kitted person. It looks like they don't belong to any particular military establishment. It looks more like they might be a Shadowrunner. Like their equipment is not traditional military, but it's military grade.
Shadowrunner for Shadowrunner. Interesting.
All right, Krim, you are in the air, dodging bullets, shooting lightning bolts. It looks like Dante is currently under attack. So are your friends.
Okay, so let's see.
You get an attack, and you get an attack.
Spirit of Air still within grenade range.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll say you're in pursuit of this thing.
Okay, I'm gonna toss a grenade. This time we'll do a thunder. Any chance of it doing a bit of bonus since I hit it with the water one?
Sure, I'll give you a bonus if you hit it.
So again, force of we're gonna do a force of 4 in this one. Holy shit!
Nice.
That's really good. And now he's taking a lot of damage. I'm gonna give him a pool of 4 and see if he, unless he crits, there's no way. Oh no, he got a 0. He got 0 hits.
Sick.
Nice.
And I gotta roll to resist.
Yeah, go ahead and resist your drain.
Nice.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah, so you don't take any drain from that. All right, so this this air spirit is dispelled, and it looks like it is diving. It swooped around and diving for another attack on Dante, and you lob your grenade at this thing. It takes it to the face, and you see just an explosion of magical power.
Now Dante still in free fall.
Dante is grappled onto the roof of this VTOL and has taken some damage, but he's secure. He's not falling.
Okay.
Me and him, we're trying to get in there.
The drones, are they kind of grouped up, any of them, or are they all kind of spread out?
I'd say with your bird, if you roll well, you can hit up to 3 of them.
Without hitting the VTOL?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so gonna try to ice them over with a Arctic Blast. That's the pool of 17, right?
Yeah.
See if I can hit 17.
That's really good. I'm gonna divide some damage between the 3 of them.
Nice. We got one. Finally.
Yeah, so one of these drones is completely frozen and just plummets down into the mountain range. It disappears into the clouds. Now you can reposition your bird, wherever you'd like. This thing has a movement speed that's ridiculous.
I'm going to pull up to get a good position to spear down the next round.
Oh yeah. Yeah, these massive wings, I mean, I'm going to say they're like 50 feet wide. This massive Pokemon. Like the forces on your body, like you have to focus to keep yourself, from like passing out as this thing makes these maneuvers. All right, we're going to shoot some bullets. We're going to shoot at Dante again. Dante, do you want to dodge? Are you there, Dante?
Dante?
Can you hear me?
Call. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was muted. Yeah, that's a dodge roll of 9, I believe.
Go ahead. All right, so these bullets whip past you, and you can hear them zip past your ear. You roll prone on top of this roof, attached to your grapple hook, and you're able to dodge this fire. A few of the bullets actually hit the VTOL, but the armor plating deflects them. That one's dead. Okay, we're going to take another shot at you, Dante. They're going to have to beat your 4. They do not. So again, these drones that have been damaged, they're having trouble aligning. This thing is wobbling, and it just lets out a burst that goes completely wide of both you and the ship. Nova, you are up. You are still in this network. They are actively counter-hacking you. They have found you. you will need to roll a hacking roll, and if you beat them, you will be back to neutral ground.
Okay. Can I do that while also loading a program?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna load biofeedback just in case. Just in case I gotta get my hands dirty.
What's that one do? Do you know?
Let me read it real quick.
Of course I know. Of course I know what all the programs do.
Biofeedback. When you're attacked, this program laces all of the attacks you make against other icons with dangerous biofeedback signals. The sort of direct that Black Ice and G-Men use. This program only works if the target is biological in nature. When your attack causes matrix damage, the target is hit with an equal amount of stun. If the target is using cold sim, or physical if the target is using hot sim, biofeedback damage.
All right, so let me give you a little bit more context.
So in English?
So
if I
you
attack them, they take equal
icon,
physical or stun, depending on which sim they're using.
So you are surrounded by ice, right? There's like 30 players on this field, and you know that probably all but one of them are ice programs, and one of them must be the Decker. You are in a simulated stadium. As you look around this simulated network, right? The crowd is all fake, right? You can tell that they're all fake. You do see the referee, the person you are targeting, whoever's trying to issue orders. They are tapping on this microphone. They are trying to figure out why their comms have been scattered. So that icon must be this person who's giving the orders. You, somewhere on this crew, on this team, in this football stadium, soccer stadium, whatever, must be the Decker that is maintaining this network. If you run that program, if you can hit that Decker, then it will affect them physically, potentially even knocking them out of their own network. But if you hit an ice with it, then it does nothing.
I've got one question for you. Do I see a water boy?
If you find out, go ahead and do a cyber combat roll. If you can get 4 hits, then you can identify if the person you're searching for is in here. If you get more, then we'll do more.
Fuck.
So you begin scanning. You load this program into your cyber deck. We'll say it's like a SIM card that you slot in, right? And it is loaded like a gun. You begin searching through the players, and you look at the water boy and the coach and all the other supporting people on the bench, right? All of that. You do not find anyone out of the ordinary. The water boy seems like an NPC program, maybe simulated, right? The announcer, they don't seem like they're in charge. What you do is one of the ice on your side, one of your players, they actually intercept the ball and begin catching up to you. So you're like in the middle of this soccer field. The ball is now near you. And so you are again at this neutral contested zone on this soccer field.
Okay.
So they haven't counter-hacked you yet, but you haven't made any headway in this network.
Okay. But you said
you have a loaded gun.
I could still try to do one to get back ahead.
What I'll do with your program here is I'll let you get one shot at hitting the correct target with it. And I'll need 4 hits.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and do your cyber combat.
That's a 20, not a 10. That's also a 20.
Yeah.
Right.
Hate me.
So your ice, which is defending you from attack, right? Your teammate, They pass you the ball, and you give it a solid kick toward one of the players on the enemy team, the striker, I think is what they would call it, right?
I think so.
The striker on the enemy team catches the ball with their chest and begins to put the ball in play. So it looks like you weren't able to find the right target.
Okay.
All right, we have the assault chopper.
I have to take drastic measures.
I'm gonna roll a pilot roll to see if this guy can keep control of his damaged vehicle.
Fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up.
And he
fuck it up.
does. He does. He does really well. He maneuvers. He maneuvers behind the assault chopper, which is kind of hovering in place so that Zero could make his jump. And he is going to open up with his heavy machine gun.
Yeah.
Now, Ward, do you want to try and dodge this?
Yes. I may have to
Now
edge it.
He has a -2
Oh my.
to ranged fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to reroll that.
This was not a success. You need to get at least 3 hits.
Yeah. I need to spend an edge point to.
How many edge do
Reroll
you
that.
have, Ward?
I have 3.
Perfect. Go ahead. Reroll. Oh no.
It's better, but.
So you hear, you see this this smoke trail maneuver behind you, and you see all of these warnings again pop up on your HUD. Right after Zero drops from the helicopter, you hear just this lightning storm, this thunderstorm roll behind you, and the entire attack helicopter is peppered with high caliber rounds. There are more explosions. Nova, you are showered with sparks and you have to kind of shield your face. Maybe that's why you had trouble hacking.
Maybe.
This helicopter, I mean, there's red sirens going off in the cockpit and in the interior. It is actively on fire, and one of the engines has stopped.
Hey, you'll be fine.
Dante, you see massive tracer rounds spewing as some of them miss the attack helicopter your friends are in, but that attack helicopter is on fire and going down. You see your friend Zero is grappling with that gun that's poking out of the hatch, and you are able to pull yourself to your feet, still attached by that grapple hook.
Can I make my way over to the hatch?
You sure can.
And I'm going to grab the wrist of the guy who's fighting with Zero, and I'm going to use Death Touch.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Okay, we need to get that back hatch open. We need to abandon this chopper and get in that VTOL.
But what does Death Touch do? I assume it kills me.
That's what I assume. I've been looking it up. I can't find anything.
Is it a spell?
Yeah.
When I'm grappling,
what-
he just
What force do you
grabs
want
the
to
guy's
cast it at?
helmet.
Well, the drain is Force 6, so I'm
Oh,
gonna have to
shit.
just cast it there.
So, okay, go ahead and roll your drain resist.
Right, that would be 9.
Okay, so you take 3 points of stun. The wielder of this gun that is grappling with Zero, you run up and grab its wrist, and you feel as if you are draining life force directly from this person. As you're grabbing their wrist, you feel it limp, and they let go of the gun. The gun begins to tumble off the side of the edge of the VTOL. You and Zero are now holding this guy by his arm, and he is completely limp. You see
Pull him out,
inside
throw
of
him
the
over
cockpit.
the edge.
You can. Do you want to just eject his ass?
Yeah, just eject his ass.
All right. So Dante and Zero, you pull this limp body out, and as soon as you get it flopped onto the edge of that hatch. You give it a kick, and it disappears into the mist.
Look at Zero. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Says it does physical damage. It says the damage inflicted is similar to massive cellular die-off from radiation or necrotizing fasciitis.
Holy shit.
Wow.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
That's a bad touch.
The two of you standing on top of this VTOL, covered in mist and clouds, you look down into the hatch, and you can barely hear the voice of a woman screaming. The name that she is screaming is Slipstream. You barely hear this through the whipping of the wind past you. You hear the chamber of a gun being pulled back, and you can see down in the hatch that there is another person who has stepped in and taken aim.
At the woman?
At Dante and Zero.
Oh. Okay, I was like...
All right, we are going to make a shot at Zero and Dante. So I need, if you would like to dodge, both of you need to make dodge rolls. Just remember, you can only make like one dodge roll per round.
Can I still dodge after I landed?
Yeah, I'll give that to you. I mean, so you did a movement action that required a skill check. This is different. You'll be all right. So if you would like to use your dodge, you are being fired at. Both Dante and Zero are being fired at.
But by what? The drones?
Yeah, by one of the drones.
I'll dodge.
Let me see.
Dante, you dodge. You watch this body fall into the mist, and immediately there's medium caliber fire that peppers the top of this VTOL, and you're able to roll out of the way.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I'm gonna dodge the pistol that's about to shoot me in the head.
So you're looking down into this hatch. You see a heavily armored, again military but not specific brand of military, covered in head to toe with heavy riot gear, and it has a light machine gun, just like a big ass machine gun with a huge bucket clip attached to it, and it has lifted this heavy gun right up towards you. These bullets, one of them slaps into you. How much armor does Zero have?
Let me check. Where does it say that?
It should be in your condition monitor at the very right, or if you're not using Chummer.
Condition. 11.
11. Okay, that's enough. So you're going to take stun damage. You're going to take 2 stun damage from this volley.
Okay.
So these medium caliber bullets slam into your armor. It doesn't feel great. You can feel one of them like push into your ribs, these bullets, but you're not bleeding yet. Okay, here we are. All right, so Zero, you are looking down at this very heavily armored person with their light machine gun pointed up right at you through the hatch. You see that they raise their other hand to the gun, and it begins to glow with a white light as they pull the trigger. A massive spray of magical bullets begins to fountain out of this gun through the hatch. Now, Dante, we're going to say, because you dodged, that you kind of ducked. You're not in this line of fire. But Zero, you anticipating something, right? You've readied your dodge.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a +2 to your dodge pool.
So it said body plus agility.
Reaction plus agility.
Oh, reaction plus agility. Which is still, it's the same. So 10 plus 2, so that will be 12. Okay, 5 hits.
0. As you anticipating this salvo of bullets, you dodge. As you dodge, you see these magical bullets spray into the air behind you, and begin to return. And about 50 of these white glowing magical bullets begin to change course and come back down toward you.
Oh god.
Like a rain of arrows, you are doing gymnastics and just spinning, trying to dodge all these bullets as they rain back down on top of the VTOL.
Is that another roll? Gymnastics?
Yeah. I need to see some pirouettes on your sheet. So we are going to make an attack on Nova in the network. I need you to roll your cyber combat, Nova.
Okay. What?
Yes.
Hello? No! How dare!
I would advise an
Give me the
edge.
power. I think you have one left, right?
Yeah.
Time to
It's up to
edge.
you.
I'll edge myself for the team.
Oh baby.
You need to get 4 hits. You need to get 4 hits to beat this attack.
Ooh.
Hated when I have
There you
to
go.
edge myself.
This striker that intercepted the ball, you can now tell that this is the enemy hacker, because what they do, the way they maneuver this ball, it is so professional, right? It's so mind bending. They slam their foot into this ball, and you know that if you were any weaker on this network, that you would have had no chance. This thing would have dump shocked you hard. You dive, and this ball slams into your chest and bounces off and goes free, and all of the ice begin to scramble trying to pick that ball. You see your avatar in this network lying prone on the ground, struggling to get back up, and you see the striker on the other side simply begin to walk towards your avatar.
Okay.
We gotta kill her fast, Dante.
I have an idea. Gotta wait.
I mean, I got a program, but
All right, you both hear again this faint woman's voice coming from within the interior of the VTOL. She begins to shout orders, and the VTOL begins to tilt. All right, we've got another drone. It is going to shoot at your helicopter.
Oh boy.
I hope we don't get struck by lightning while on top of the VTOL. That would be very unfortunate.
All right, these bullets pepper into this helicopter. It is on its last legs.
Time to suicide bomb with the helicopter.
The storm that is gathering, it has reduced visibility to a couple hundred feet. It begins to hail these softball-sized ice chunks. War, you can hear them slamming against the reinforced windshield of your attack helicopter. Zero and Dante, you hear just these loud crashes echoing off the reinforced surface of the VTOL. And you actually see one of these softball-sized ice shards slam into these drones, and they begin to take evasive maneuvers. All right, War, you are having trouble stabilizing this aircraft. You are 50 feet above the VTOL and being pursued by an attack helicopter.
Okay. This thing isn't going to last another turn. I'm gonna call out to Nova. Do you have any means of getting to the VTOL safely right now?
Nova looks back at her bike. Yeah.
Okay, well, I advise you take it. I'm going to flip the autopilot on just to give her some more time. And I'm going to attempt to leap onto the VTOL. And if this works, I want to crash through the roof into the inside below.
You want to juggernaut through the roof of the VTOL.
I mean, I'm made
With
of
your-
like 80% metal and
With
fucking
your
augments.
big ass body.
It takes the Vito and Zero and Dante down with
Do
it.
the fucking Iron
As-
Man landing.
As you jump, Nova's gonna call out, "I want to keep that."
So I think this is the most badass thing you could do.
Mhm.
Before this helicopter explodes, you do have that tunneling drone that you
Mhm.
spent extra money on.
Oh yeah,
I think it would make sense that you fire that first.
Yes.
Fire it at the hatch.
No.
Well, the hatch-
then
the
to
hatch is already
destroy the
open.
Yeah,
entire-
the hatch is already open.
Oh, the hatch is open. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll say with the last bit of rotor power, you maneuver this helicopter a little bit closer, maybe toward the rear of this vehicle. Do you want to go in through the cockpit, or do you want to go in through the actual?
I'll go
back
through the
of
cockpit. Hell yeah.
All right. So you have put this helicopter into a dive maneuver and fired the front-mounted drone cannon at the cockpit of this vehicle. The VTOL has begun to tilt. It's at like a 30-degree angle headed away from you. You fire it into what would be the passenger side door, if it had those.
Mhm.
And the drone begins to spin rapidly, and you see heat lines like a laser cutter begin to be punched, like a 4-foot wide hole punched in the side of this vehicle. The metal plating gives way and flies off into the mist.
I'm
War,
imagining this from the pilot's perspective from the inside.
There's smoke and there's mist, right? It's chaotic. You leap from your helicopter into this hole, and you kind of have to tuck your elbows in. And as you slam into the VTOL, it actually spins a couple degrees from the force. You are now within melee range of 2 figures. One of them appears to be some sort of robot or heavily cyberized human being with a green mohawk. It is sitting in the passenger seat in this cockpit and appears to be jacked in. You can see it's got its wrist plugged into some device on the cockpit, and it's completely motionless. The other figure you see is a dark-skinned orc man wearing what looks to be a security guard uniform, completely unarmed with his hands on the controls. And he is having a panic attack. He is losing it. He is hyperventilating. He's like got one hand on the wheel. Like the whole force of this explosion as you enter has completely discombobulated him. And as that happens, the vehicle begins to list more. So now it's at a 45-degree angle. You can feel the gravity kind of shift. So now you are in the cockpit.
I have a very important question. Possibly the most important question of the entire time we've been doing this.
Yeah.
Can I take both of their heads and smash them together?
You could, but then you'd have to become the pilot.
I can do that.
Yeah, we'll do that on your next turn.
Okay.
But yes, you can.
Excellent.
All right, Zero. You are now standing on the VTOL at a 45-degree angle. It's difficult to keep your balance, but you are a ninja. And you have dodged all these bullets. You see that they have left scorch marks all over the roof of this VTOL. And the hatch is still open. You see that War has crashed into the cockpit, and this whole VTOL is now like at a weird angle.
I'm climbing in for safety and also to blow the brains out of the person who just shot me with the machine gun.
Yeah.
So violent.
All right, so now I'm going to place you inside.
Is there a special map?
Hell
Holy
yeah.
crap. So who's the guy we've... Okay. That's the guy.
Guy I touched appropriately.
That's the guy we threw out of the VTOL, yes.
All right, so Zero, you are now alone in this sideways tilted interior of this VTOL. The first thing you notice is the heavily armored magic user who peppered this entire VTOL in one burst of magical bullets. They're in heavy equipment. They have a very heavy gun. They are having trouble. Like you can see, like in this split moment that you drop down, they are trying to reposition and place the the barrel of their gun at you. Right, so they're moving. You also see strapped into one of the seats an elven woman covered in like glowing jewelry. And she seems completely like it's a very tense moment, and so she's muttering something. She's got her eyes closed, but you can see it's very distracting in this chaotic scene.
With my astral perception, do I perceive her casting a spell?
You see that she's gathering astral force. You can see like this glowing aura being drawn into her hands and into these amulets that she's wearing. But one of the other things you notice is very important, is a magnetically levitated, heavily reinforced glass case. Within that glass case is this prismatic crystal. It's about the size of, I don't know, like 12 footballs, like in American units.
Yeah, footballs
like,
are American
it's
units.
like 4 Stanley
They are.
cups. Yeah. So you can see this must be the magical artifact, and it is in a heavily shielded container. What do? You've landed inside here.
So I'm pulling out my pistol. I could go for a knife angle, but I'm too close to throw a knife, and it would be way more effective to just pop a cap in them with my giant ass revolver with explosive rounds.
Oh yeah, I like that. So those explosive rounds will be extra effective against this armored guy. It'll probably tear the mage in half.
Yeah, I'm going after the armored guy. I'm basically, after I jump in, I'm going in melee range since he's using an assault rifle, and I'm using a pistol. I'm using my gun kata abilities or martial arts knowledge to position my gun in his face and then pull the trigger directly on his head, point blank.
Oh yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him a -2 to his dodge roll, and I'm going to give you a +2 to your gun roll. So go ahead and shoot this guy with a +2.
So normally I have a 12, so this would be a 14. 7 hits?
Jesus Christ.
Nice. Wow.
So this, like I said, this character, he's heavily adorned in this armor with a heavy gun. It's almost like he's moving it's almost like he's moving in slow motion. As he tries to react, you sidle up within melee range of this guy. You are able to redirect this light machine gun away from you, and place your gun right to this guy's helmet. You pull that trigger, and the helmet explodes in half. And behind that helmet, you see now the highly damaged face of a human. It's hard to tell that they're human, and they are completely stunned and taken aback by this shot.
Wow.
I don't. I can't really do anything, right?
So you've done a movement, you've done an action.
Yeah.
You could, give an order, make an observation, but these really died actions.
I'm gonna try to make an observation on what she's doing now. I really want to figure out if what she's doing is basically planting a spiritual bomb.
So, what she seems to be doing is some kind of magic stuff, right? You're not a magician. You might not recognize all these movements and symbols and things. When you basically blow half the face off of her comrade, she loses concentration, and you see the waves of magic that were being pulled into her begin to ripple and disperse into the ether. You see she's got white eyes. You can see the whites of her eyes. She begins to unbuckle herself from the seat.
Two birds with one stone, that's what I'm gonna say.
All right, Krim. The attack helicopter is on fire. It's about to go down, and Nova is inside of it. There's some drones left, and the VTOL has begun to tilt. It looks like it may go down soon if it's not course corrected. But there you are. The attack helicopter's still active. It's also on fire.
Okay, how big is the attack helicopter compared to Winds?
Your spirit is larger than it by like 1.5 times.
Okay. And is it above or below the drones?
The drones are on the same level as the VTOL. The attack helicopter is above the VTOL, and you are above all of them.
Okay. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Seeing the helicopter on fire and knowing that Nova's still in it, Grim's gonna bow his head in a moment of silent mourning for Nova, and gonna try to get to dive below the helicopter and without squashing myself, try to take up some of the weight off the helicopter so Nova has a chance to jump onto the bird. And while doing that, Krim's going to lob an electrical grenade at the nearest drone to try to, keep it.
I mean, I guess I could drive
away.
my bike onto the bird.
No, that would be the most cool thing to do. Now you have to do it.
Well, whether or not you actually get on the bird, I'm delaying the helicopter falling.
Okay.
So you have at least a bit of a chance.
All right, go ahead and throw that grenade.
Okay.
I wasn't going to
four.
drive my bike into the back of the VTOL.
Oh, I might need to click on. Oh, no, there it goes. Okay.
I still want to do that, actually. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that was a force 4 with a roll of 3. And to resist. Damn. I guess I took 3.
All right, so this drone is slammed with this grenade and fades off into the mist. You're not sure if it blows up. The fog now is very thick and dense. You do start to feel a little bit lightheaded and woozy, and you grab onto this spirit to steady yourself.
Now, with all that, would the spirits have attack available, or would that be all of its use?
I'll give it an attack. There's enough targets on here. I kind of just want you to blow them all up, but
okay,
go
as
ahead
many of the
and roll
drones
that
as they can
17.
get.
Yeah. If you roll, the higher you roll, the more damage each one will take.
Not as good as the last one, but not bad.
Nice.
All right, so another drone falls into the mist and disappears. All right, we have just Dante left on the roof of this VTOL. I am going to have this drone dive bomb Dante. And what was do you remember what your dodge roll was, Dante, for the last one?
5?
I don't think he can make that. He can't make that. So this drone dive bombs in your general direction. And there is a gust of wind that picks this thing up and it slams into one of the rotors on this VTOL. And the VTOL actually takes a little bit of damage. All right, this guy here, he gets a -2 to try to shoot at you, Dante. He also cannot. So again, more bullets are peppering the rooftop of this VTOL, and you're doing ballet to dodge all these. Nova, you are free to act, but if you wanted to hit the button to eject your bike onto the back of this large giant Pokemon bird, that would be cool. You can do that.
Yeah, I'm going to unlatch my bike from inside the chopper. I'm gonna hop on it and rev up and ramp out the door.
Oh yeah. So where do you want to launch this bike? Do you want to launch it onto the VTOL or the bird? You could launch it into the air.
The hatch. I want to aim it into the hatch of the VTOL.
There you go. What's your driving skill?
My driving is...
It would be pilot groundcraft, I believe.
Yeah.
6.
Oh no. Go ahead and roll your 6. I need 4 hits, or else your bike parachutes to the ground.
Okay. Well, I do have gliding wings on the bike, so.
Well, the bike will probably live. It's whether or not it will do it on the back of the VTOL or.
And the other question is, how do you get the bike back?
I got 2 hits.
2 hits. Okay, so Nova, you launch this bike out of the aircraft as it's on fire and swirling toward its death. It is being propped up by this giant Pokemon bird, and you are looking at your window of opportunity here. You crank the acceleration on this bike and it flies through the air. It flies over this tilted VTOL as it begins to continue to tilt, and you have one opportunity to leap from the bike onto the hatch. The bike, however, will not make it onto the back of the VTOL. So you have a choice. You can go down with the bike and parachute to safety, or you can get on this VTOL and abandon your bike.
I'm going to shout after Crib to come get me. Rescue me and my bike out of the air.
Yeah.
Already tried. You decided not to.
The question of how does the bike get back to town? Probably won't, man. It's the Cascade Mountain Range, but it does have autopilot.
She's just gonna have to drive it all the way back somehow.
Alright, so Nova, you deploy the wings on the bike, and you begin to glide through the air, but you are past the VTOL. It would be very difficult for you to turn this bike in midair and pilot back to the VTOL, but that's where you are. Now, because you are on the back of your bike in midair, you have a choice. You can stay in the network and get out of the network.
I want to stay in the network, but I want to focus on the remaining drone.
You want to find that drone and drop it?
No, I want to find that drone and take it.
You want to take it?
That drone's my new landing point.
All right, we will get to that on the next turn, maybe. We'll see if you die between there. All right,
just
so
explodes when you land on it.
I'm gonna make a pilot
I figured
roll.
I figured the drone's big enough for a bike to land on.
It is, yeah. It's a little bit bigger than your bike. It's also like on fire.
It'll be fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a pilot roll with some negatives to see if he can correct this VTOL. He does not. It begins to list more. This thing is.
Oh boy.
War, please.
I'm
This thing is not
into it.
doing well.
That thing needs to get in.
We are
like
going
yesterday.
to. I'm going to make a roll to see if the elf even keeps her feet.
Just like fucking like shoulder check like a wall of the VTOL or something. Just try to like knock it.
All right, so Zero, inside the
that's not how that
interior
works.
of this VTOL, you see that the elven woman has clipped off the harness, the seatbelt, and as the VTOL begins to shift, she goes flying from that seat. She's able to land on her feet on the wall, which is now the floor, and she begins to cast a spell. Now, she's within 15 feet of Zero. Does Zero have anything like anti-magic?
I mean, the only anti-magic he has is his cloak, which makes him harder to see in the astral space, but doesn't really stop magic.
All right, she's going to try to. She's going to try to cast a spell at you.
Okay.
I need you to either take this spell or to dodge.
I think I'm gonna dodge.
All right, go ahead.
10. 5 hits.
All right, Zero. You see, she reaches up her hands and immediately begins pulling magical energy into a spell. She reaches her hand forward directly at you, and you see these spectral like tendrils reach out and try to wrap around your body, and you are able to dodge away. Now that means that you have to move out of melee range of this guy that you blew his face off, but you're not affected by this spell.
I mean, the guy probably will have a hard time seeing to shoot his gun at me, you know? He'll probably have to spray and pray.
And so I'm
don't have
going
a
to...
face.
He's going to have pretty fat negatives. He's
He
going
has
to try and
shards
shoot at you.
of helmet in his eyes.
Okay, so
That's what they call a blind fire.
Yeah, he begins opening up, and there are no magic bullets this time. They are simply physical bullets that come raining out of this LMG. Now you are able to duck as this guy just sprays a line in front of him, just a huge arc, and these bullets slam into the interior of this VTOL. He falls onto his side as it shifts, and so now he's prone and blinded. Okay, Dante, I need you to make a body roll to see if you can stay on the top of this roof.
Buddy roll. Ooh.
We'll say you just need one hit.
Whatever
your body pool. There you go. Okay, Dante, you, with your grapple hook, are staying on top of this VTOL somehow. It is almost completely vertical the way it is tilted. What do you do?
I'm going to climb and get into the hatch. My shit working? Okay.
Yes.
Let's fuck them up together.
All right, Dante, you are in the hatch. Now, you've taken some stun damage, so you'll have a -2 penalty to all your rolls. But you are in here. You see this guy whose face is torn up, blind firing. You see a mage who is casting spells, and you see this massive artifact in a heavily reinforced case. There is a door at the back of this interior that leads to the cockpit. That's where you're at.
Well, I know that the cockpit has some weird stuff going on, so the guy who's on the floor is shooting at us.
I'll be right
I'm gonna
back.
shoot him with my assault shotgun.
Oh yeah, he's prone, so he doesn't even get to dodge.
Blow his brains out. Blow his brains out.
Do I need to roll my pool?
Yeah, go ahead and roll your pool, and then he is armored. If you get high enough, I'm just gonna let you.
Right?
Yeah, your pool -2. 3 hits. I'm gonna say that you don't get to coup de grace this guy. He's struggling. We'll say that he puts like a big armored arm over his exposed head. But you shred through this guy's armor. Do you have special?
Just in case it changes anything, I'm using flechette rounds.
Oh yeah, they punch through his armor. So he's definitely gonna take some damage. But you see, he holds up an armored arm, and your bullets just tear through this stuff like it's made of cardboard. Now he is struggling. He's bleeding profusely. He's blind. You can hear him panting heavily between the half of a mask that's still that helmet that's been blown apart.
Look, I'm gonna hide behind Zero.
Hey, I'm not the armored guy here. I'm gonna dodge the bullets. Then you have to do your best to dodge the bullets.
No, I'm not gonna dodge
right.
bullets. I have a shield in front of me.
I mean, if your shield
Crim.
moves away from the bullets, you have no shield anymore.
Crim, bullets come flying out of the fog below you, and a couple of them slam into your mount. Now, it doesn't do enough damage for it to really care, but these bullets manage to pierce through your spirit creature. All right. The pilot. Are we missing somebody? Did we miss War?
No, I'm the first
he
in order.
entered.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I took the assault chopper's turn. Okay, so we're going to take the assault chopper's turn here instead. It is going to shoot down this attack helicopter.
That's still on my bird's back.
Yeah, oh yeah, it blows it up. Yeah.
Oof.
I just gave your bird some damage, so I don't feel like I need to do it twice, but yeah.
Okay. Well, damn, I was gonna fling it onto the attack helicopter. Oh well.
All right, there is another massive crack of lightning, 3 or 4 of them this time. And Crim, I guess at this point, you're basically, you and Nova are the only ones who can really see what's going on here. This intensifies into a massive storm. So now you have lightning strikes and hail. They are intensifying. Do you want to try to have your bird dodge this stuff? Maybe it can shield you? Because you both will be taking damage if you don't roll well enough.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so go ahead and roll that pool of 17, and we'll have the bird take the damage. That's pretty good. Yeah, he absorbs all of the damage from you, but he does get pelted and zapped with a lightning bolt.
Ooh, he gets supercharged?
Right, yeah, he gets healed. It's just like Final Fantasy. Now, Nova, you are on the back of a motorcycle with wings, and
Yes.
this hailstorm is now raining ice shards, like icicles, right? Sharp pointed icicles are coming straight down from the sky. You need to roll pilot aircraft.
Okay.
Do you have pilot aircraft?
I got 1 point.
Okay, roll your pool of 1.
Oh, you got ahead.
You got
actually.
1.
There you
Look
go.
at that.
Whoa.
All right.
I rolled max. Does that count?
You and your motorcycle take a little bit of damage, but you are not. You're able to dodge the lightning bolt.
Well, that's fine. I've got armor, and my motorcycle has nanomachines that repair it.
All right. So what I'm going to have you do is make a cyber warfare roll to see if you can maintain your focus.
Yeah.
And this will just be a free roll. That's pretty good. All right, so you feel one of these icicles like slam into your shoulder, and the damage is absorbed by the armor, but it's going to be sore for a few days. Your motorcycle also takes a couple of these ice shards to its surface. It's going to have some dents and scratches, but nothing you can't repair when you get back.
Yeah, because I've got 13 armor and a damage resistance pool of 15.
Oh yeah, but you get hit by one of these, you take 2 stun damage. It would have been a lot worse if you were unarmored and had pilot aircraft. That was like 12. So you are cruising on this motorcycle. You said you wanted to aim at this drone and try to like land on it?
Yeah.
It's pretty nuts with a pool of 1.
It's either that or I'm just driving back home.
Now you could try to get on this VTOL, or you could try to have Krim pick you up, like you said.
Yeah.
I think
That is why I did call out for Krim. I was trying other options in the meantime, waiting for Krim.
I think
Alright,
it
we'll
would be
handle
better
that
to
on your
start
turn.
gliding back home.
Home
you
is the
could
other
just say, "I'm
direction.
Well, so that's an important distinction is your motorcycle, if you glide down to the surface, is going to be in the middle of the Cascade Mountains, in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, that's fine. I
Alright.
can climb trees and shit. It's got gecko tires. It's fine.
All right, War,
You're
you
rich.
are
I'm sure
in the
your
cockpit.
company would send someone to pick you up.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure my company knows exactly where I am currently.
Okay, so
You have a pilot who has completely lost it. They're hyperventilating. They've got their hands up and they are like trying to brace themselves on one of the handles on the roof. You also have this robot whose body's completely limp in the passenger side, and it's leaning to one side against like the windshield. You can see the lightning strikes outside this massive hole you've blown in the cockpit, and you can see some of those ice shards are beginning to rain in there, but they haven't hit you yet.
well, I'm going to do the best thing I can do, and smash the 2 of their heads together and take control of the VTOL.
Oh, yeah, it's very easy. This guy, this orc, looks at you. He's got 2 small tusks picking up his mouth. He's got a blue hat on and a blue uniform. It's got his name on it. And you grab his head and smash it against the one on the robot. Nova, immediately, you see all of the players on the network go limp and fall. And the network begins to shimmer in static, as if it could go down soon. Now, War, you move this civilian pilot, whoever he is. You just push him out of the seat and hop into the pilot's chair. What do you want to do from here?
Stabilize it, first of all.
All right, go ahead and roll pilot aircraft.
Okay, that is...
Can you do a barrel roll where you're at it?
No. Not right now. Oh, come on!
Do a flip!
Oh no!
Ooh.
Do you want to use edge?
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm gonna spend another edge point.
All right, go ahead and reroll.
So I was smart, and I have 3.
There you go. That'll help.
I used to have 3, but I ate one.
All right, so War, you hop into the cockpit chair there and grab the controls. You begin tapping buttons for auto stabilizers. One of the warnings on the HUD is that one of your engines is down, and so while you are able to help correct this thing, you're not able to get it, back to complete stability just yet. Before we move on, do you want to check the flight logs or do any other observations while you're in the seat here?
Yeah, I guess I'll
go
figure out
forward and
where
catch
they
me.
were going. What'd you say?
Yeah. So
I said, "You want to come forward and catch me?"
Oh.
yeah,
I don't know if I'll be able to do that right now.
Listen, we've already done 3 hardcore James Bond moves. If you can get that flying motorcycle into the back of this thing, I think you guys should just win, to be real.
Well, you know what? I mean, so we are, linked, and we can see everything the others see, so I'll try to maneuver downward and to the side so that Nova has a straight shot into the back.
I mean, don't forget to open the back.
Yeah, is the back open or not?
Open.
I thought
No.
it was.
So you are able to pull the controls and you just begin pushing buttons. Now, War, you have a military background, right?
Yes.
And you have a pool in pilot aircraft, so you've done this before. You're looking at the buttons, you hit the auto stabilizers, you push the button for the back door. Zero and Dante, you feel this rush of cold wind as the bay door on the back begins to slowly open. Nova, you are now positioned behind this aircraft. It is still tilted to one side, but you see that door beginning to lower. War, you begin to access some of the autopilot programming, conditions, and a map pulls up on the HUD. And in this intense scene where all this chaos is happening, all that you're able to determine is that this flight path, the autopilot flight path, was set to Salt Lake City.
Damn, the Mormons.
You were very lucky, Missy. I know
that
exactly. I
artifact.
know how expensive and important that motorcycle is.
They go.
All right, Zero, you still have the upper hand. This guy is prone. He is struggling to defend himself against attacks. This mage, however, has cast a spell at you. She seems to be doing just fine so far.
I'm gonna call out to Dante. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Dante, finish this guy off," and then I'm gonna run at the mage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're easily able to clear the 20 feet between you and the mage.
I'm gonna use my what's it called? Nimble fingers. In conjunction to my rapid draw to quickly switch out the ammo in my gun from explosive rounds to stick and shock rounds.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's a classic.
And then I'm gonna try to get close to her and just wrestle my way into having my gun point blank at her and just try to shock her ass.
That's how I always tase people, is point blank.
And has a gun, but he's obsessed with getting in melee range to shoot it.
Well, yeah, because he's John Wick, dude.
Yeah, exactly. You can't miss if they're right next to you.
Right.
I mean,
all right. You have you've cleared the distance to this mage, and you do feel like a tinge of magic, like a tingle on the back of your neck as you rush this mage. You place the gun to her chin. I'm going to see if she gets to dodge. She rolled really well, so I'm going to need you to pull that trigger.
Okay. Let's see. So I have a 12. Four?
That's not enough.
Oh no.
You can use edge if you'd like to re-roll, but that's not enough.
I think I will. I haven't spent any edge.
Go ahead and re-roll. You need at least 5 hits. What? So
The crew
what I
that
can
edges together stays together.
if you want to use an edge to hit that 5, you will tie with her. So you can tie, or you can try to re-roll. It's up to you.
If I tie, will I still hit her, or will she? And she'll take negate, probably less damage, right?
If you tie, I'll say that it's a neutral outcome where basically neither of you wins, but there will be, like a special condition.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna go ball and roll. I mean, I've done pretty well.
Yeah. 12 is a hot pool, man.
Oof, no.
Yes. Suck it, nerd.
I can't dodge when I'm really close by.
So you run at her, and she just casted a spell, right? And it failed. You were too quick. So you rush her, and she actually holds up one of her medallions, and you are blasted to the back of the VTOL. I'm just going to give you catch onto one of the handles on the ground of this VTOL that's attached to the back hatch. So you are now hanging from the back hatch of this VTOL.
Oh no.
The hatch is opening.
Don't run him over when you get in.
I'll try not to.
All right, Krim.
My bike will fix him if I do.
Okay.
Cream of the crop.
Well, I'm going to have my bird focus that lightning you just took in and blast the fuck out of this assault chopper.
Oh yeah, dude, get it.
Zap cannon. Any bonuses for that?
Now, if you have a -2 to ranged attacks, if you want to do a melee thing, you won't have any negatives.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna rush
you
it
said,
as a lightning lance.
You're talking about it absorbed the lightning from the storm.
Yeah. Or it redirects a bit of it.
Okay, if you want to do ranged, I'll negate the -2. If you want to do melee, it'll be the same.
Okay, I'll just do the zap cannon then.
Yeah. You charge up energy into this spirit and point this thing directly at the attack helicopter, which again is on fire, tilted to one side. Give me that roll.
Nice.
I'm gonna give it a dodge with some negatives. Yeah, there's no way. He rolled 1 hit.
Oof.
Okay.
This thing
So
is fried, and it explodes.
You just pulled it right out.
So is Nova still outside?
Yes.
I'm still outside, but I'm aimed at the back of the VTOL now.
Yeah, Nova, to be clear, Nova is struggling to pilot this motorcycle in the air.
How far away is she from the VTOL?
We'll call it 100 feet.
If
As
you
in, she could probably get there.
A slipstream for me or something.
I'm gonna try to get the bird underneath her to stabilize her as she uses it as a ramp.
Yeah, this bird is very agile. It's very fast, so it has no problem maneuvering into that position. Nova, you see this thing right between its shoulder blades. Krim has kind of moved aside and motioned that you have now a ramp that you will be able to land on and then rocket yourself into this VTOL.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Now, Krim,
Hopefully straight into the face of a fucking elf bitch.
You still have your turn if you'd like to do some magic bullshit.
Is that last drone in range of a grenade?
No, actually, it's on the opposite side of the VTOL from you.
Okay.
Now, you could try to buff your ally. You could try to shield from the storm, either yourself or Nova. You got magic.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's try to put up some shielding of some
All right.
sort.
Which target do you want to shield?
Since my my bird's kind of shielding me, let's go ahead and shield Nova. And then I would roll.
So what force would you like it to be? So the force of this spell will be the force of the shield and how much damage it can absorb.
Let's continue with the 2, but I also get a negative for being at 4 stun, right?
Right. So your resist pool will be lower.
Oh, my resist pool will be lower. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and keep it at a 4. Okay.
There you go.
There's 2, and then 8 instead of 9. Ooh, nice.
There you go. Yeah, so you put a barrier around Nova and the bike, just in case it gets hit by some ice shards or maybe collides into the side of this VTOL. It's real nice of you. All right, this drone is going to try to shoot Nova. It has negatives to ranged fire. Nova, do you want to... here's what we'll do. I don't think you can dodge this unless you want to try your pool of 1, but it won't be able to... You'll still get hit. You can't dodge this. What we'll do... Here's what we'll do to simplify it. The barriers cast around you this shimmering green light, and the drone comes around and begins peppering you and your motorcycle, and this barrier is able to absorb all of those hits.
Okay.
But now it's gone.
That's fine. The alternative was me trying to shoot its bullets with my plasma gun. So
right. That's some gun cops, all right? I shoot its bullet with my bullet. All right, so Nova, you the wings and your motorcycle, you land on the back of this spirit being, and you, like a runway, you have this ramp in front of you. It looks like if you pilot and time things right, you could launch yourself into the back hatch of this VTOL. Now, it's very dangerous, so you don't have to do this, but it would be cool if you did. It would make for great stunt demo footage.
Just make sure not to hit me on your way in, please.
If you
make sure if you're gonna hit anybody, hit 0.
If you land this, I'll give you +2 to all your social media.
Okay.
It's gonna go viral immediately.
Immediately.
All right, what do I need to do? What do I need to roll?
So you're gonna have to do pilot groundcraft. And if you get 4 hits, you get inside the vehicle. If you get 2 or more, you have to abandon the motorcycle, but you get inside the vehicle.
If she hits me, can I get +2 to all my social media?
You get -1.
No, you get +2 to your medical bills.
That's right.
I mean, imagine all the clout I'll get when
I can recover my bike.
You're the guy that was hit by the motorcycle in midair.
Yeah.
I can always recover my bike.
Let me sign your
If she
cast.
hits me, can I get +2 in my civil lawsuit?
Fuck. I'll recover my bike later. It's fine.
No, fuck.
Oh no.
You launch yourself over the back of this spirit with your bike, and it has these wings deployed, and as you launch off the head of this spiritual beast, you see a strike of lightning arc right in front of you, and I'm assuming you have like a biker helmet on or something, right? You take one of these ice shards right to the faceplate of that thing, and now both you and your bike are spiraling into the gray abyss beneath you. You are no longer on the back of the bike, and the bike is below you, and you are flying through midair. It doesn't look like you're going to make it inside this VTOL.
Okay.
After all that help I gave you.
After all that help we gave you.
A -1
Not only
to
should you
social
lose
media.
the bike, she also made it so that she's falling.
Well, post it on live
What are
stream,
we gonna
Phils.
do with our...
No!
What we're gonna do with our...
You're not fucking posting this on Live Leaks.
Dante, you are in a position where, like, on your HUD, you can see the cam footage from Nova, and you can kind of sense, like, the anticipation that this is a very dangerous maneuver, this is very ballsy, it's very Nova. When you see it fail, you look back at the open hatch of the VTOL, and you see the bike fade into the fog, and you see Nova just spinning end over end in midair.
How far is Nova from me?
If you were to run to the end of the hatch, she'd be about 100 feet from you.
Okay, can I run to the end of the hatch, dig into the floor with my grapple feet, with my what's it called? With
Grapple
my,
feet, dude? Hell yeah.
grapple. Yeah, well, what is it called? They're climbing feet.
Climbing claws?
Oh yeah.
Dig into the ground with my climbing feet and shoot my grapple fist at her.
Oh yeah, dude. Make a
we're
like a
full
gunshot.
on action movie moves today.
Whatever your gun pool is, go ahead and roll with that.
Well, I usually run 12 for my gun pool, so.
So you'll also
kind of?
take a -2.
Oh shoot, sorry.
What we'll do is we'll give you the 3 hits. Don't worry about it.
What kind of
I think 3 hits is
propellant
enough.
do you use?
This grapple hook, you run to the edge, you engage these locks on your feet, and because the door has like these hitch points where you could attach cargo to, right? So you attach to this floor, reach your grapple gun out and fire into the mist where you see Nova's form fading, and you feel like fishing, like you feel this tug, and you begin to pull. The grapple gun begins to reel in, and Nova begins to swing beneath the VTOL.
Gotta help me here, Nova!
Do something, Nova.
All right, so Zero and Dante are standing side by side on the door that has been lowered on the back of this VTOL. I'm going to make a roll for the guy in the heavy armor. It's going to be like a -4. All right, he is no longer prone. He climbs onto a knee and begins to cast healing magic on his face. He's dropped his gun and is chanting and sputtering blood, and his face begins to reform from
I told you to finish him
a
off.
bloody skull. Like parts of his face are missing. They begin to slowly reform. You can see his hands quivering with pain.
Yeah, you're right. I should have just let Nova fall to her death. You're right.
She would be fine. You know how
She'll
she
be
is. She's like a
fine.
cockroach. She never dies.
Damn.
She'd survive nuclear fallout.
All right, the mage is going to try to shoot
Can I
Zero.
push Zero out?
All right, Zero. I'll give you an opportunity to dodge. This is a spell, if that does anything for you.
No. Just a normal dodge.
Just give it a normal dodge.
Okay. 2 hits.
That is not good enough.
I will spend an edge.
Go ahead. You need 4 hits to dodge this.
God damn it.
All right,
2 plus
this
2 is
spell,
4.
Yeah.
you from this magical woman's reached out outstretched hand, you see just a swarm of magical crows fly out of the ether and begin assaulting you. These crows cut deep as their magical nature bypasses your armor. You take 3 points of health damage.
Damn. Do I have any?
She begins walking towards the two of you. It looks like she is just pulling in as much mana from the surrounding air as she can, and she is pissed. You can see her face just full of murderous intent. As she walks past this relic in its container, pulling magic from the surrounding area, both Zero and Dante can see tendrils of rainbow mana being pulled from this relic. And the storm very quickly intensifies. It was already raging with lightning and thunder and ice shards, and now it has become a typhoon. And the VTOL once again begins to spin and shake and rumble.
Guys, I think I figured out who's controlling the weather. There's an
I can
elf
just
woman
imagine
in
what's
here.
happening to fucking. I can just imagine what's happening at the end of my grapple hook.
Okay.
Giggity.
Crim's gonna get like as much updates and positioning info about the inside of this VTOL as possible, because he has a plan.
Oh.
Speaking of Crim,
Yeah, having to take the damage, huh?
this storm is no longer weather, and you now know that, especially as a druid, this is completely unnatural. In fact, you see through the clouds and the swirling wind that begins to form this typhoon, hurricane level wind, these ice shards ripping past you and slamming into you and your mount. There are arcs, like lightning bolts of electricity, but also lightning bolts of mana beginning to pulse and shoot out of the interior of this VTOL. In fact, the VTOL is slammed with a couple of these lightning bolts and takes some more damage.
Okay. I got 2 plans.
All right. More. This VTOL, you have helped to stabilize it. You see outside the windshield, there is 0 visibility. You couldn't see 20 feet if you tried. The radar sensors and all of those things are just going completely haywire nuts. The rotors, stabilizers, all the one engine that you have left is at maximum power and threatening to overheat. Sirens are going off just like they were in your attack helicopter. You are struggling to keep it at its current elevation. In fact, the elevation meter is just spiraling up and down, and you know that a few thousand feet below you are pure wilderness, mountain range, middle of nowhere. And you are in the pilot seat. The robot next to you that was knocked unconscious, you begin to hear noises welling up inside of its mechanisms.
Okay.
As a reminder for the crew, the objective point is to secure the relic, regardless of anything else.
Well, my plan originally was to try and locate a flat stretch of land to land on, but if I can barely see in front of me, this is going to prove difficult.
Do you have any hardware knowledge?
What would that be under?
I think it's just hardware.
Just
under
hardware?
your skills.
No, I do not.
Yeah, this thing is shooting sparks and components are being like sheared off of the outside of it. You don't understand how to fix it.
Alright, well, I guess the best thing I can do right now is to attempt to slow its forward trajectory to as, like, 0 or as minimal as possible, and then just descend as slow as possible.
Yeah, there you go. So, War, you engage the VTOL, the engines begin to rotate, and you cut power. You begin to feel your body being pulled upward as you descend, and that's really your only notification that you are falling.
Mm-hmm.
These sensors again are just going completely haywire. The electronics are almost completely unusable. But it does have those capabilities. The one engine isn't doing so hot. And so again, you feel these G-forces begin, the VTOL begins to rotate.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is have you roll your pilot aircraft and see how effective all this is.
Okay. Please give me a higher roll this time.
2 hits. So I'm going to say you are able to perform this maneuver where you are trying your best to stabilize the rotation and you begin a vertical descent, and you feel those effects come through, but there you still can hear and feel the wind and the ice whipping into that massive hole in the cockpit, and you can just hear it's like bullet fire slamming against the windshield with these ice shards.
Is there any sort of like fire suppression thing I can trigger, or is that like hardware knowledge that I wouldn't know?
I would say with a 2 in pilot and no skills in hardware, you do flip a button that says fire suppression, and nothing happens.
Okay.
Yeah, so you start hitting all the buttons. Emergency fire suppression on engine 1, and like you don't hear anything, so you click, 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 click. 0. You are being assaulted by these magical crows, and they are tearing at your skin through your armor as if you were wearing nothing. These crows they just continue in their swarm to bite, and you are clinging to the door that has been lowered on the back of this vehicle. You can also feel the vehicle spinning, and you can feel like a tug as it begins to slow its momentum, and you can hear the wind and ice shards ripping behind you in the open air. What do you do?
Mama, we are gonna die.
You're muted, buddy.
So
there you go.
By pure grit and strength, I'm gonna stand up to to get a proper foothold, so I'm not dangling again.
Hell yeah.
And
what's he still doing in here? Didn't I push him out?
Save yourself, Boot.
And I'm gonna pull out my knives instead of shooting with my gun, and I'm gonna try to throw stun knives at her. Because of my adept powers, I'm able to convert my thrown weapons into stun damage.
She will, instead of dodging, she will continue to channel her spell. And so, do you know how much stun damage these deal?
So it would probably be the same as normal damage, which would be 6. Oh no, sorry, that's 5p. 5p.
All right, go ahead and throw your knives.
So because I'm better with my knives, I have a pool of 14. But because I'm hurt, I took 3 damage. I think I have a -1, so
you'll be at a 12. So you'll have a pool of 12. So for every 3 damage that you take, it's a -2.
Oh, here it says it's on Chamber. It says -1.
On what channel?
On Chummer.
Chamber.
Oh, on Shummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's after the 4th hit, the 7th hit, the 9th hit, or the 10th hit? No, yeah. 3, 6, 9, 12, 4.
Well, pretty
it
sure
says
with
-1, -2, and then -3.
Yeah. After
With-
the 4th,
with a
after the 7th,
13
and after the 10th.
With a 13 pool and she's dodging, I'm sure these will hit.
A 5?
Oh yeah, easily, for sure. I'm going to see if she can resist all that damage. I don't know if she has a pool high enough. She does not. She falls to her knees and the spell ends. She is not dead. She's not unconscious, but she is basically immobilized.
Okay, Dante, now finish the other guy off.
All right, Grim.
Okay, so is the storm letting up now that
No.
she's down?
It's getting worse by the second.
Oh boy.
I need you and your bird to make dodge rolls. Unless
Okay,
you would
I'm-
like to use magic to do something else. Like if you would like to shield.
I'm
or
going to try
something.
to counterspell if that's something I can do. Like
Sure.
try to.
I think you have a pool for counterspell, don't you?
I do. I even have a focus.
Yeah, go for it.
I just don't know where any of that is.
It should be like on the home page of Chummer where it's got your base stats. On the right, I think there should be a counterspell. And I think there's multiple pages on that right window.
Mm-hmm. There's a spell,
I
a
only
whole
have
spell
my-
defense tab.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I have a rating of 5, a pool of 10.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that pool of 10. What
Holy
hit the-
shit. I'm going to go ahead and burn my one and only edge with that one.
Well,
You wanna
spend it, don't burn it.
Burn it permanently, or do you want to spend it?
Oh, what's the difference?
So if you burn it, it's permanent, but you basically win whatever you're trying to do. If you use your edge, you get it back after the end of the mission. And you get to
Okay, I'm
either
just gonna use-
re-roll or add one hit. So go ahead and
re-rolling.
re-roll.
There you go.
Alright, that's better.
Okay.
Alright, you and your spirit are pelted with ice, lightning, and heavy wind. You both take 1 damage, but you are still in the fight, and your bird still has its full turn. Nova is dangling in the gray abyss. In fact, you can barely make out her shadow at the end of this grapple. Dante is holding fast with the grapple hook attached to Nova. Zero has dove back into the VTOL, which is struggling. And again, the visibility here is like barely 20 feet.
Okay. Both the opposition inside the VTOL are basically down, right?
Kind of. The mage is stunned, and so she'll probably be able to get back up on her next turn. The guy, the mage with the heavy armor has healed himself, and so he may be able to act on his next turn.
So are they? How close are they? And would they?
Oh,
happen to
yours is actually
be-
different. Wow.
Yeah. Probably because of different attributes.
Yeah, because I'm just a fucking metal shithouse.
Are you trying to throw a grenade in it?
No. But how close are they? And do they happen to be kind of in line?
Yes, they are close to each other and in line. The female mage is behind the heavily armored mage.
I am going to give Zero a heads up to hopefully give him a little bonus to dodge this. but I'm going to have my bird swoop down, grab Nova's bike, swoop back up, and toss it into the back of this VTOL.
Oh my
Oh
god.
shit.
What about the artifact? The artifact doesn't get dodged.
Don't remind him about the artifact.
The artifact will be fine. It's
No,
magnetically
it'll be
suspended.
fine.
It'll just
Yeah.
shift as the thing, as its containment
Yeah.
shifts.
All right, I think that's totally viable for your bird to do. Again, this is a god level spirit he's very, very fast. It has massive, bird talons. So you want to grab the bike. You're going to dive, grab the bike, and then gain altitude and yeet that bike into the VTOL. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Your bird is going to roll its pool of 17. It needs at least 5 hits to do this. And it needs 7 hits to not go very poorly. Like, it will get it in there.
Oh boy.
Do you have edge? I'll let you. If you have edge left, I'll let you use one for the bird.
I only have 1 edge.
That's it. That's the 3. That's it.
Really only
All right.
have 1 edge?
Yep.
He's not very edgy. He's a druid.
Okay, fair enough.
This bird dives.
Okay, hold up.
you-
So, actually, real quick, how much karma is it to get more edge?
I'm not sure. It'll be on Chummer. And so if you try to increase your edge score on Chummer, hopefully it'll tell you what the cost is. I don't have that off the top of my head.
Because I haven't spent any edge since I think we created the characters.
You haven't spent any karma?
Karma, yeah.
would
Maybe after
say-
the first one I got the more gear.
So that's fine. And there's a lot of like numbers and technical bullshit that goes along with this. I would recommend don't get lost and all that. Just like you have a whole bunch of money you can spend, I don't care about the actual total dollar amount. So I'll give you 1 edge. You can either spend it or burn it. And you need at least 5 hits.
Okay. And again, burning is like an auto success.
It's auto success, but you never get that back ever again.
Screw it. This is awesome enough to do this. Yeah. I'm going to burn that new edge that I just randomly got.
All right.
So you'll have to go into Chummer
beginning
and make
to
sure you
believe.
add an edge to you, and then burn it. I don't know how you do all that on Chummer, but
Yeah, there's
so
a fire
you
button
have
specifically for it.
you have 2 edge. You just burnt one forever to do this maneuver, right? And so what I'm going to say is you have to channel the rest of your stun damage, basically the rest of your focus into this bird. You know that like with the storm, this amazing godlike spirit creature is just being pelleted with damage, just ticking away. It's not going to be here very long. You channel the remainder of your focus into this spirit and you enhance it so that it flies down, grabs this motorcycle, and plummets forward into the sky. As you're doing this maneuver, holding on for dear life, you feel your eyes getting heavy and the world kind of starting to fade into darkness. But you see this typhoon wind swirling in a massive circle around this VTOL. You grab this motorcycle, and the last thing you see before you pass out is Nova's motorcycle flying directly into the back of this VTOL. I'm gonna make.
Now the question is, does it hit the artifact?
Because you burnt this is basically a 17 hit roll at this point. I have to make this like a flawless victory because you burnt it. The vehicle slams into both of these figures, the 2 mages in this, and the vehicle slams into the back of the VTOL. It takes some damage, so it's going to cost some cash for Nova to get this bike fixed. But both of these characters are now at 0 health. They are incapacitated.
Nice.
Well, they're only incapacitated. I could slit their throats.
Yeah, it'd be very easy to
Crim's
do that.
passing out. He just mutters into the comm, and that is how you do it.
so Crim, that's it. You pass out, and you are on the back of this spirit who's no longer under your command. I'm going to say that it begins to return you to Seattle now through a hurricane, essentially.
And we never get to see Cream again. He gets returned to his people.
Nova, you look up and you see the last drone struggling. It's wobbling in air, and it does a full 360 and begins to line its gun up to blast you while you dangle at the end of this rope. And an ice shard pierces through its body, and you see just electrical sparks everywhere, and it begins to plummet. As it plummets, it hits this wind wall that has begun surrounding the VTOL and gets swept upward into the air.
Wow.
Okay.
Nova, you are being swung around in all directions, pelted with fist-sized hail balls. Do you want to try to dodge or some way protect yourself from this damage?
How would I try to dodge?
You can roll your dodge pool, but what I'll do is I'll give you a -2 to climb up this grapple hook if you dodge. So you can take some damage and have no negatives to climbing up this grapple hook, or you can try to dodge and have negatives to get up.
I'll just take the damage.
All right, so dangling from this grapple hook, you have a decision. Are you still in the network?
Yeah.
Before the network collapses, you can give one command. Now you have access to this entire network. When you look around, you have guns, you have biometrics, you have access to the electrical systems of the VTOL, and you have dossiers. You have access to information on all these Shadowrunners that you've dispatched. What do you want to do? Your one action.
All the drones are gone, so I can't do anything with that. Can I do anything that'll help me somehow?
Right? That's a good question. I don't know. Let's try to think of something that would help you.
You hack the grappling hook to pull you up faster?
Yeah, that's it, right?
At the expense of Dante's prosthetic.
No, we're not. I'm not losing another fucking arm.
Yeah.
You can buy a new one.
This will be the third one I've had to buy.
You don't understand. He's attached to it, okay?
He's like Raiden. This thing happens all the time.
Just fucking hashtag Shadowrun things. I had to buy my third arm replacement today.
Every mission is a new arm. So if you don't want any information from this network,
me carefully.
I can. If you don't want any information out of this network, there may be some information about the artifact, right? If your priority right now is to survive, right?
What's making the network exist?
The robot that is unconscious but may be waking up right now is maintaining that network. The network is about to fail. It's about to go down. So you will be basically logged out, and the network will be rebooted. But you have one action left in the network if you'd like to take it. If not, you can just log out and begin climbing the grapple hook. I will say there is a cargo crane in the VTOL that you could give one command to. Maybe that would help free Dante. He could hook his grapple hook onto this crane and go back to whatever the situation is.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So this soccer field, which is deteriorating in front of you, The ice are laying limp on the ground. They look like soccer players. That veil is being pulled back, and you're seeing lines of code fading into this virtual space. You reach out to the water boy, right? And you give him one command. You say, grab that hook. And Dante, you see out of the side wall of the VTOL comes this mechanical arm that reaches down and grabs the wire on the end of your grapple hook. So Dante, you are now free. Nova is being pulled up by this arm. So the network fades and you are logged out. Your cyber deck goes black. And you continue to be pelted by ice shards as you're being pulled up.
Fine.
Dante, you've been freed from your responsibility. The storm is raging. You hear massive thunderbolts. You see lightning striking. You see this wind just whipping in circles outside of the VTOL. And the VTOL itself is being slowly lowered, but also rotated. The two enemies in this interior with you are incapacitated. And you have the artifact, which is still contained, but is like radiating mana wildly. And there is also the cockpit.
Honestly, at this point, I don't know what I could do.
So the win condition for this mission is to secure the artifact, which could mean grabbing that container and parachuting down. It could mean landing the VTOL. It could mean a number of things, right? As long as it doesn't get damaged and you have possession of the artifact and can return it to Seattle, that's the mission.
I think you should help Mithrali by
Nova.
Who's
or
Mithrali?
Nova, yeah.
Well,
I know, right?
I have to like really have to pee. So go ahead and
Yeah.
strategize on what the plan is to secure this artifact from here, and I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
well, I was gonna say if the
I
artifact
mean-
is causing the storm, I could grab it and parachute out of here, and hopefully I'll be able to save the VTOL.
We're trying to save
I'd
the
like to
artifact,
keep
not the
the
VTOL.
I'd like to keep the VTOL. The
I'm in the
VTOL is
process
fucking
of trying to land
expensive.
it, but I can't see right now.
That's what I'm saying.
mean-
But if the storm is centered around the artifact, I could try to get the artifact out of here.
I mean,
Mhm.
since I'm magical, I could try to switch it off somehow, just through feel, through
I thought
vibes.
you didn't have magic.
I mean, it's
I am inherently magical. I don't cast magic, I'm just inherently magical.
so.
I mean, if anybody has a good chance of it, it'd probably be me who, actually has magic.
Okay, then
And
try
I wouldn't
to.
even know what I would do.
I mean, I don't know. Use your wizard knowledge to try to.
We're not even
Tune
sure
in
it's
to the
magically
crystal.
set. It's magnetically attached to.
Well, yeah, it's magnetically floating, but it itself might be magical.
But
I think
getting
the,
it open
the
would
artifact
be.
might be causing the storm. That's the thing. If we can switch it off.
I mean, if
That might
the
help.
artifact can affect the outside of its containment, you can reach the artifact through its containment.
Yeah. I mean, she was reaching the artifact in its containment, so.
Real question is, does it have an off button?
I mean,
I
you
mean,
can
that's
try.
probably what you have to magic.
Yeah.
You just be like, I try to tune into the artifact and tell it to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Also, I mean, if you're gonna do that, then I'm gonna try to pull Nova up.
I mean, there's already a cargo arm pulling me up.
Well, yeah, but like we can do more. We can put more back-breaking effort.
I suppose.
We don't want you
And no one's
dying.
even thinking of Krim.
Hey, you're already on your way to Seattle. You're abandoning us.
I mean, if you take
After
I was gonna
pulling
say,
the
if you
most
take the drone-
badass fucking move.
Thanks for
on,
saving
we
my
all had
bike
our
in the
things,
drone
right?
on my bike.
I came out of nowhere in a jet, fucking ejected from the jet, fucking grappled onto this thing, okay?
Hey, I blew someone's.
I was flying Zap
Metal.
Kuno around, blasting drones out of the sky, rescuing people 3 times because
No,
they
not
didn't want to
people,
fucking abandon
not
their
people,
fucking
person.
bike.
Person.
Then, yeah, and then rescued their bike while taking out 2 threats.
I paid 8,500 New Yen for my bike. It's got
Only?
it's got 34,500 worth of upgrades on it.
Only? I spent more. I spent like 100K.
Listen, listen. You picked. You decided to customize something expensive. I customized a racing bike.
I don't know how fast it is when it's that cheap. You could just buy a new one.
I'm saving my money.
Come on, you're
We
a
basically
rockstar.
already used all the money for this mission.
The only money I get is from these missions.
Yeah, you guys have your medical bills, your motorcycle repair, all that.
I'm sitting on 375,000 fucking doing right now. I've got nothing to spend it on.
But part one of the upgrades I have on my motorcycle is nanomachines that repair it. So
You
Yeah,
guys
nanomachines
blew
aren't
up
magic.
$1 million helicopter. It's great. This is Shadowrun.
Yep.
yeah.
If this had been a ground vehicle or ground combat, I would have been able to bring in my new drone that I just bought.
Isn't that such a bummer, right? Like you don't really know what the mission is to prepare for it until you get in there. It's like, oh man, I bought a bus with a cannon on the back of it. Now we're gonna be in the air.
So I bought a a Skill Links combat drone with heavy rigger interfaces and 2 heavy machine guns on it.
I've got a bumblebee in the drone rack of my bike that has a rigger cocoon on it.
I got a flying squirrel.
Yeah, did you miss the flying?
Not if you're knocked out.
You should
I'm
have seen it.
surprised Dante didn't fly in on the flying squirrel.
All right,
The only-
did we come up with a strategy?
Yes, I'm going to try to
No, we were all bullshitting.
magically
I
attune to
figured.
the crystal and see if I can't figure out how to turn it off.
Turn off the storm.
I
That's
am
what we're
storm.
assuming
yeah.
currently.
Do you have like a spellcasting pool?
Probably.
Yes, he's
You
a.
must,
he's
if
a
you've got
spellcaster.
magic.
I mean, he's our spellcaster. I don't. So
What would this
Well, he's
spellcaster
one of
pool
our
be called?
spellcasters.
yeah.
It should
I
be
mean,
a skill.
I pull shit out of my
actually.
ass all the time, so.
I have for active skills. I have counterspelling
What's that pool?
3.
3. That's pretty shit.
Oh boy. You're a spellcaster,
If you have any magical spells that you could cast, you should have a spell casting pool for a skill. If not, you'll have to fix it in post. What's your like willpower plus? Oh fuck, I don't know. What's the other intelligence?
Counter plus intelligence.
3.
I think it's a logic in this game.
Willpower is
Yeah,
5. Logic is 4, so 9.
Yeah, that sounds right. Let's do that. But go ahead and roll a pool of 9.
Oh god.
All right, Dante. What?
Got an
what
edge?
you
Can I
know
spin an
is
edge?
I was like, you got edge.
Do you have any left?
I have 1. I haven't
Fantastic.
used
We're all edging
You
today.
may as well use it. You may as well use it.
it. Yep.
You don't have to burn it.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Well, I guess you have to burn it.
Dante, what you know is that this artifact, you feel looking around at the storm and looking at the mana bolts coming off of it and the erratic this thing is in a containment, a very expensive, high quality containment, and it is still leaking mana. You guys are not being paid enough for this mission, and this thing is kind of above and beyond your skill set. You get the feeling that if you don't get this artifact away from this storm, that your entire crew will not survive this.
I don't know if it's above our
I wonder why the
grade,
budget was
considering
2.5
we have
million.
a guy who summoned a godly spirit to fight for
But
us.
what
You
if
know
what
I mean?
what if we could somehow keep the art? No.
This without a doubt that this artifact will kill all of you in moments if you do not remove it from this area. It is like exponentially gathering power.
Okay. Wait. I want to see something.
Do you tell the crew that they're fucked?
Yeah.
Game over,
Yeah,
man,
you shout over the comms something to the tone of, "We need to get this out of here now, or else." And like, yeah, you all hear and see. You don't see what he's seeing, but he's showing you a live feed of this artifact just radiating magic, like visible magic.
Okay. I'm about to throw this thing overboard. Before I do, does anybody have a tracker?
So no. I have a real question here. If we get the crystal out of this storm, will it be okay?
The storm is being caused by the crystal.
No,
So-
I think it's just the crystal's amplifying the existing storm.
Right. That's what Dante is able to determine, is that
Oh, I see.
if
Okay.
this crystal stays in this storm, it will get so bad that you will not survive it. So if you remove the crystal from this storm, it should calm everything down, and the containment should continue to function.
Well, pump the engines.
Are we still in turn order?
So what War is doing to stabilize this vehicle, if War fails, this vehicle could like explode and be sucked into the storm, and then the artifact will just completely go wild. If you were to eject this artifact and let it free fall, it could get sucked into the storm and make it worse. If you were to somehow control the fall, like you all have parachutes on, every one of you has parachutes. And if you were able to get this thing out of the VTOL or land the VTOL, then that would be the best. But if you just yeet this thing out and it breaks on the mountain, then basically it'll be like a nuke going off.
Can anyone fix the other engine?
I think Nova has hardware skills.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Nova,
I have
do you want
explosives
to...
and long-range rifles. I ain't got shit.
No, stop shooting, okay? We don't want to shoot
Nova,
right
do you want to try to climb onto this broken engine in the middle of a storm and fix it? With no edge points?
I mean,
can we?
If I take
move
my
her
bike,
up?
my bike can hold on to it. Hold on to the VTOL.
So,
Do not
if
risk
you want
that bike
to...
that I just got you back.
If
Hey,
you
we're
want to
here,
strap
okay?
this artifact to the bike and ride that bike to safety, that could work.
I mean, that could be done.
You could also not survive.
I mean, yeah, I could also not survive doing that.
I mean, shit, if you don't want to do it, can I borrow your bike? I'll do it.
I've got. Can I use my parkour skills to hold on while I repair?
Can I? Can I go up there and just tie her up?
Because I literally
keep her
have.
safe?
I literally paid for parkour and martial arts, so
Okay, you
There
can
are-
do that, okay?
I have martial arts level parkour.
If Dante and Zero were to climb above the hatch with Nova and shield her and protect her while she tried to repair this rotor, then that could be like an assisted thing. And so we would take all three of your rolls, add the hits together. I'll say it would take 6 hits.
Okay.
Give it a go.
I'm down. I'm doing it.
Okay, so here's how this unfolds, right? Nova, you are pulled back into the back of the VTOL by this crane, and you see your motorcycle, sparks are coming out of it, it'll be fine, but it's been thrown against a wall. You have 2 unconscious Shadowrunners, mages. They aren't going to be getting back up anytime soon. The artifact is just arcing mana off of it. It is going nuts, and this storm is so loud, like in all of your ears, you can barely hear each other breathe or talk or anything. There is a kit, like a toolkit, on the wall there. War is sending you through your private network here all the diagnostics from this vehicle and all the big flashing warning, and there's red lights going off. The big thing that stands out is that the rotor on one side of this VTOL is damaged and it is spinning uncontrollably. Now, War is doing his best to right this thing and pilot this thing, but it's also in a typhoon. And so you grab that kit, and the three of you climb on top of the VTOL.
Can I just grab like a bunch of seat belts, cut them off, and just create a long ass rope where I tie Nova in between me and
You've got a
Dante?
rope. Yeah. All three of you are tied to each other as you climb on this VTOL, which is tilted and spinning. You are being pelted with hail, and you all take damage from this. You're going to be bruised and battered. You manage to climb along this VTOL that's spinning in the storm to this rotor, which is on fire and just spitting sparks, right? We're going to have the three of you make rolls, and we're going to add the hits together, and I need 6 hits, or else this goes very south.
Oh boy.
Now, Nova, you're going to roll your hardware pool, and I need something relevant from the other two. It could be, if nothing else, your body plus willpower to just shield and physically protect. So if you don't have hardware or mechanics or anything relevant, then do your body plus willpower.
Can I use my body plus willpower plus with the combination of my enhanced perception, my flexibility, and just my experience with climbing?
How many? You know what you could do? This is where, like, when I play D&D as a player, I'm always like, I'm just going to try to convince the DM to let me use my highest roll, right? Zero has knives, right, and gun kata, right? Maybe Zero uses one of those skills to deflect these hail balls and these ice shards.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what skill is Dante going to use?
Dante is going to use my climbing claws to hold onto this thing so that we get better purchase.
So maybe like what skill? You know, maybe do you have hardware? Do you have mechanics? No. What's the rating on your cybernetics?
My cybernetics rating is
Now we'll add War's pilot to this test. So go ahead and roll pilot vehicle War, and then Nova will roll mechanics.
Chummer crashed.
Pilot aircraft or pilot groundcraft?
Pilot aircraft.
Okay. Damn.
Is your groundcraft better?
Yeah, actually. Please give me a higher roll this time. Okay,
I don't know what
works.
my cybernetics rating is. I don't know where to look for that, but I have quite a few cybernetics.
That's okay. We'll say your body plus willpower is probably higher, so go ahead and roll that.
Yeah, I'd probably just do that.
I'll just roll my throwing knives.
I'll be real. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Look at that.
All right.
Wow.
We're killing it.
That's great. What do you get? You got 8, 11, you got 13. You got 13 hits on a 6 test. So you are able to turn wrenches and solder electronics and cut wire and do all this, Nova, while this storm is just screaming into your ears. And you can hear ice and hail just being taken out by bullets and slamming against Dante's cybernetics. And you muster all focus regardless of all of this. And you hear the engine roar to life, and it sputters at first, and then a jet of flame exhausts out the side of it, and you can feel the VTOL immediately right, and all of you kind of lose your footing for a moment as this thing rights and begins to descend rapidly. You feel your whole body lift, and you all make it back to this hatch. War, again, you're seeing all of these warnings, and it's screaming at you, and your altimeter is going nuts, and you begin to descend as quickly as you think you safely can as these volleyballs of ice continue to pelt. One of them hits you in the elbow as it comes through that big hole in the cockpit, but you're a big beefy boy and you just take it. The robot that you knocked out, it begins to kind of whir to life, and it looks around confused. It is still jacked into the VTOL on its chair. And you can see it looks at you, and then it looks out of the giant hole in the cockpit. And it looks at the windshield, which is now starting to spider with cracks in the glass. And its eyes begin to flicker, and you start to see some of those warnings begin to fade on your HUD. And after a few moments, I imagine War's got his gun trained on this robot, right? After a few moments, you see the storm begin to calm as you descend, and you look up and you see this massive whirling ball of just ice and wind and clouds spinning rapidly. As you remove yourself from that storm, the artifact begins to calm, and the mana is contained. The three of you in the cockpit, you can just feel the power like physically being sucked into this container as you leave this storm. The mountains below you begin to approach. You find just a very small clearing, a split between the trees, maybe an old logging camp in the Cascade Mountains at one point. And you place this VTOL down gently. Not as gently as you'd like with all of the damage.
Oh, that's a sick screenshot.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no buildings here. You're in the middle of nowhere. This VTOL is falling apart. It's as you exit the VTOL and the engines power down, they sputter, and that engine that you repaired actually explodes with a big crash, and it is completely destroyed on one side. The artifact, it has some sort of like mag levitation. It's as you pull that artifact from the VTOL, which is lighting up in flames, it continues to levitate, even though it's not on a metal surface. And so you can just grab it and pull it along with you. It's basically weightless. You are in the middle of nowhere, in the Cascade Mountains between Seattle and eastern Washington. You're surrounded by these trees, and it is raining. It is just dumping rain.
It's time to pull an Iron Man and fix this thing.
Yeah, no, let's start fixing it.
Oh, anybody want to call an Uber?
Tony Stark built this in a cave with straps.
Its pieces are still here. They're just there and there and there.
Just use your bike as spare parts. It'll be fine.
Yeah, can you use the nanobots for your bike to fix this thing?
Possibly. I could possibly tell it to.
Eventually, the crew makes it back to Seattle, and the fixer gets in touch with you, and he says, is the artifact intact? And you say, yeah, but we almost died. And he forwards you your payment. He urges you to find a secret location to store this artifact. He stresses to you, I think War knew the fixer for this. War, he stresses to you specifically, you don't understand what you have. The $2 million advance was nothing compared to what this artifact is worth. And you were basically like the sacrificial lambs. You were the toilet paper to get this job done, right? To be discarded. And so the fixer is going to work on your behalf to find out what this artifact really is and how much it's really worth. But he stresses that having this magical artifact is likely to put a massive target on your backs. So
I figured as much.
Do you keep this artifact at the Puget Pearl? Your fortified
Yeah,
base?
we're gonna keep it in.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep it in
more secret
Spirit Lodge.
There's no more secret than to plant it on the tip of the Puget Pearl as the tip of the antenna.
Yeah, right on the top. Right on the top is
It's the star in our giant orb-shaped Christmas tree.
It's amplifying the Puget Pearl's power. No.
You're like, we have a weather control crystal. Come at me.
I'm gonna say,
they can't attack us
with
if
all
they can't get past
seriousness,
the typhoon.
in Crim's Spirit Lodge, just because Crim might have some ways of kind of keeping its power in check.
Yeah, you could probably also like disguise its signatures and shit too.
Mm-hmm.
From a waker, knock the fuck out.
Crim, you, as you begin to analyze the magical, when you wake up, right? You're basically like your
5
arms
days
in a
later.
sling. Yeah, you are doing some readings and some investigation into this artifact. You know that the lodge required to contain this thing's power outside of this containment unit would have to be basically the entire Puget Pearl covered in magic runes. With the containment,
But it has a unit.
We got access to all of the. We got access to all the inner workings of the walls of the Puget Pearl, so we can just put them on the inside.
This will start working.
So this possession of this artifact is going to place a massive bounty on your crew until you're able to find a buyer for it. Or whatever you want to do with it.
Can we blow up Seattle using a massive
The whole city.
Blow up Seattle.
Excuse me, we live there.
We work here.
No, we live on the Puget Pearl, which is on the coast of Seattle. We are far removed from the damage.
I didn't realize we were working with a terrorist.
Like we may be assholes, but we're not assholes.
We may be assholes, but we're not monsters.
So by the way, this is you, not to scale.
Yeah.
Yep.
Please don't blow up the city. So there you go. You have this magical, mysterious artifact, very dangerous, very expensive, probably, and none of you died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We did it, and we were awesome doing it.
It was pretty epic. It was exactly how I hoped it would go.
The flight back, Caleb's bike didn't fly out of the VTOL.
No. Those are some hectic rolls.
That was nuts. Listen, if you don't burn all of your edge, have I really scaled it properly?
True. Very true.